Year-old Lynette Young is suing her ex-boyfriend, 26-year-old Robert Mangum, for an unpaid loan to help him get back on his feet and for an assault.
Order. All rise. Now, this is case number 200 on the calendar in the matter of Young versus Mangum. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Miss Young, this used to be your boyfriend. He's not your boyfriend anymore. You claim that you loaned him some money and that he, at some point, sort of assaulted you, although it was an argument that went very badly. Mr. Mangum says that the money that you did, in fact, give him was a gift. There was never any discussion of repayment, and that this assault that you're talking about was as a result of your own actions, that you were a hot-tempered nut and he did nothing but try to escape you. Tell me about this money. When did you give it to him and where did it come from?
February 16th. It came from my account.
Can I see from where?
Yes. It's right here.
Where did you take this money from?
It was from my savings account.
And you took it out in cash?
Cash.
And what did you do with it?
I let the defendant borrow $1,100 from it, and I spent $900 of it.
Now, you gave him $1,100. And what did you do with it, sir?
I was supposed to buy a car, but it didn't go that way. You know, she spent all her money, so...
You were supposed to buy a car.
Right.
Did you
but
put
she
the money...
blew all her...
I'm speaking. When she gave you the $1,100, where did you put it?
I just had it in my pocket. It was in my possession. I didn't put it in the bank anywhere because it's supposed to be for me to buy a car. But she blew all her money, so I had to use the money to take care of her now.
He was going to say that no matter what happened.
Right, I mean, I'm trying to tell you what happened.
I ask questions. When I want you to do a monologue, I'll ask you.
It's not a monologue, I was answering the question.
No, I just asked you where you put the money. You said in my pocket.
In my possession. No, sorry.
Right. You see, we're going to do this in an orderly fashion, like I say.
It's supposed to be used to buy a car.
I have a feeling they look like, look, see, that's attitude. Look at the attitude, right? Attitude, attitude. That looks like a match made in heaven. So she gave you this $1,100. You're supposed to use it to buy a car.
Right.
But you didn't buy a car. You bought a watch instead.
No, I didn't buy a watch. Ben had the watch. Ben had the watch.
What did he say?
Ben had the watch.
So what'd you do with the money?
Help take care of her, because she blew all her money.
What did she blow her money on?
Ask her.
What'd you blow your money on, the $900? What'd you buy?
I actually blow my money.
What did you buy with it?
I have to eat, I have to pay my bills, I have my own apartment.
Yeah.
And I have to put gas and things in my car, so I didn't actually blow my money.
Well, so you spend your money on your own bills.
On myself.
On yourself.
Doing
on
things that I had to do.
Tell her the truth.
Oh, shh. Just a second. Why should she tell me the truth? That would make
She's not
it
telling
so
the truth.
unusual here.
She's not telling the truth.
Okay, so she blew her money and you had to use the $1,100 on her. What did you use it on? Give me an example.
Food, going out, rent, cell phone bills, all of that nature. But I was supposed to be buying me a car. That was
Were you living together?
Yo, huh? Excuse me? You're not speaking loud enough for me to hear you.
No, the problem is your mouth isn't closed. So when your mouth is not closed, you can't hear me. You can't hear me. I said, were you living? No, you were.
No, we weren't living together, but we was together every day. I'm answering your question. I'm just.
It's all in the timing, see.
See, we ain't connected here. Maybe we need to slow down a little bit.
We are not connecting, sir. And for that I say, thank God.
Wow.
So you didn't buy the car with the $1,100?
No, ma'am.
You took her out to eat, took her to parties and things?
Parties, eat, shows, karaoke, everything.
I just want to know where was I at.
Shh. Just 1 second.
I'm sorry.
Just 1 second. That doesn't mean he doesn't have to pay you back. Listen to me. That doesn't mean he doesn't have to pay you back. If he decided to use this money to show you a good time, to play big man, that's his problem.
Hey.
That's his problem. You know, he chose to do that. He could have let you stay home and watch Law and Order or watch Judge Judy. He could have let you do that. You could have had just as good a time. All right. Okay. So now, Miss Young, now I want you to tell me, madam, about this assault, when it happened, and let's try to keep it legitimate, okay? Because I have a feeling that I'm going to get half the truth from each of you.
Okay, it happened probably like a month and a half ago. I was over his house.
Month and a half? What month?
What was it? June?
You're asking me? I wasn't there.
Okay, June, May, June.
May and June.
Yes.
Must have been a terrible assault if you remember May and June. Go ahead, let me hear what happened. You were over on his porch.
Okay, I was over on his porch.
You were sitting on his porch.
He got angry because I wouldn't leave. He wanted to drive my car and go to handle some business. And he wanted me to go inside the house. And I said, no, I don't want to go in the house. He came back, drove around the block, told me, leave my house, Lynette. And I said, I'm not leaving. Why do you want me to leave? He took me by my shirt, grabbed me, drugged me off his porch with my shirt. Tried to throw me in my car. We got into a physical altercation. He scratched me up. I scratched him up. We was fighting, like just fighting. Not like punching each other, but like scratching.
Each other?
Yes. I was trying to defend myself.
Because you were trespassing on his property.
I wasn't really trespassing on.
Yes, you were.
I was invited over his house.
No. Lynette, darling, what he said to you, I want you to leave my house. The invitation is over. You have to leave.
Okay, that's true.
That means you're trespassing.
Mm-hmm. But when I did say that I was about to go, you don't have to put your hands on me. I would leave on my own will. He took me by my shirt and dragged me off the porch. So that means that he didn't give me an opportunity. When he said move, I didn't move when he wanted me to move. So that's
his problem. He has a problem like that.
I didn't move
quick enough for him. He likes to be in charge.
I didn't move quick enough for him, so he took me by my shirt.
Did you call the police?
Yes, I did.
And he was arrested?
He was arrested.
Just a second. He was arrested. Did you follow through with the case?
Okay.
Look at me. Did you follow through with the case?
I did not.
So what do you want from me? You don't even remember the day it happened. You don't even remember the month it happened. But I'd like to hear your version of the events anyway.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She's sensitive, she's emotional, and she's a bit aggressive. So with that chemical reaction, it causes a terrorist attack.
And later today,
did you take the car back?
We could not locate them.
Oh, you're so full of baloney, sir. I don't know how you sleep with yourself at night. I wouldn't want you to be my friend.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Lynette Young claims ex-boyfriend Robert Mangum owes for a loan and for an assault. Robert admits he put his hands on Lynette, but claims she refused to leave his property.
Go ahead.
Okay, let me give you a mental picture of this. Now, she's sitting over my house. We had a good day, for probably about an hour.
You did have a good day?
We did have a good day for about an hour. Usually, that's about the extent of how long our good days last, But I need to use her car. She got an attitude with me about using her car, but she finally let me use it. I'm like, just go in the house. It was a bunch of stuff going on in the neighborhood.
What were you going to use her car for?
I had to go make a run. I had to go pick something up.
Make a run?
I was supposed to be going out. I was supposed to be going out later, so I had to go pick up some clothes. But that's neither here nor there. It was a bunch of stuff that's going on in the neighborhood, so I told her, go in the house. I didn't yell at her. I didn't argue with her. Just go in the house. She put on the front in front of y'all. She wanted to play Miss Model, Miss Affront, acting job, Sanaa Lathan. I'm just trying to run it down to you, but in front of y'all, she want to act all nice. But when it comes to me, she like a terrorist. She's a terrorist.
Wait just a second. That's what you like about her.
No, I'm actually trying to help her with her problem. I say it's a problem.
Anger.
Right. It's not even anger. It's a mixture of things. She's sensitive, she's emotional, and she's a bit aggressive. So with that chemical reaction, it causes a terrorist attack. But let me get on with the story.
Get on with it in 30 seconds, sir.
30 seconds? Okay. I told her to go in the house. I didn't tell her I asked her to go in the house. She argued with me. Well, I got to go in the house. Oh, I ain't going nowhere. I'm like, all right, I ain't going to argue with you. Just leave. She said, I ain't going nowhere. Please, can you leave? I ain't going nowhere. So I grabbed her by her waist and walked her down the stairs.
Oh, wow.
So I put her in the car, got in the other side of the car, pulled off. We in the car arguing, fighting, arguing. I'm like, you know what? I finally got like a mile away from the house, got to the light, and parked the car at the light, and got out the car, and started walking home. She come back to my house. Come back, talking about she gonna call the police on me. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? Just leave. She called the police over there. I go over there, talk to the police.
Meanwhile, you had an outstanding warrant that kept you for a while.
Right. So that's why they took me.
What was the warrant for, Mr. Mangum?
It was open alcohol.
Open alcohol?
Yeah, in the car. I wasn't driving. The alcohol was just open.
Oh, well, why didn't you go to court when you got that ticket? Huh?
I missed the court date.
You have other big things to do? What kind of work do you do, Mr. Mangum?
I used to work at Sherman-Williams, but I'm just a student now.
I used to be taller, but now I'm shorter. What do you do now? What do you do now?
I'm just a student.
A student of what?
College.
Where?
Wayne State. Criminal justice is my major. I plan to be like you one day.
Mr. Mangum, the system isn't ready for you, sir.
I know, but in a few years they'll be ready. They tuning up for me.
All right, Mr. Mangum, you owe her $1,100. You wined her and dined her. You're a guy who's supposed to pay those things. You're not supposed to take her out with her own money. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,100. You get zero, nothing, zippo for the assault. You probably brought on yourself. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy, she come off a little aggressive and, a little mean, but I know she's just a cutie pie.
I'm kind of happy with the decision. I got my money back.
She did give me the money, but there was a whole bunch of stipulations to it.
I'm not controlling.
Totally.
I don't let people run over me.
Where you going?
I have to voice my opinion when someone is trying to do me wrong.
What you doing?
That's my business.
How you doing?
That's my money.
Awful.
We're probably not going to get back together.
Maybe so, maybe not.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Martin versus Trinchero, step forward, please.
Carrie and Greg Martin are suing their former friend, Darren Trinchero, for the return of money from an insurance settlement. Darren claims the money is his.
Mr. and Mrs. Martin, you purchased an automobile from the defendant, who was a friend of yours. And according to you, the agreement was you would make payments on this car because, I don't know, did you have a loan outstanding on the car?
Yes, Your Honor.
And at the end of, when the loan was satisfied, he would turn the title over to you. You maintained the car, you paid insurance on the car, and then the car was in an accident.
That's correct.
According to you, the defendant told you that he had received a small settlement check for the accident, but you were also injured in that accident.
Yes.
And when you received your settlement, you ascertained that he had received thousands of dollars for the car.
That's correct.
And you feel as if that money should be yours. Mr. Trinchero says he doesn't think so. So I need some information. When did you purchase this car, Mr. Trinchero?
Back in 04, and I do have a copy of that document.
I'd like to
of the
see it,
original purchase.
please.
There you go.
You purchased this car September 14th, 2004.
Yes, ma'am.
And you paid $6,500.
Yes, ma'am.
When did you purchase the car from Mr. Trinchero?
In March 2005.
When in March?
March 3rd.
So, Mr. Trinchero, you had the car for 5 months.
Yes, ma'am.
How much were the payments?
$249.09.
And I have to add in your down payment, which was $1,500. So your entire investment in this car, Mr. Trinchero, was $2,745.
Yes, that sounds correct.
Now, you took over these payments in March of 2005.
That's correct.
And when was the car totaled?
November 13th, 2006.
And you were paying $249.09.
That's correct.
Okay, so let's figure that out. You see where I'm going, Mr. Trinchero?
Yes, ma'am.
So they invested in the car $5,229.
Right.
Now, how much of a check did you get for the car, sir, when the car was totaled?
The value of the car check was $4,900, which I have a copy of here.
Let me see it.
There you go.
Your Honor.
Shh, just a minute. $4,549.
Right, yes,
What'd you
ma'am.
get this for?
That was for the balance of the car that was worth, because I was a lien holder on the car, the owner of the car.
Why should you get all this money?
Because during the agreement, back on 03 of 04, there were many stipulations to the contract, such as carrying insurance on the vehicle, also notifying me of any address changes that they had or any...
Oh, stop it. You're being a big baby and you're nitpicking, Mr. Trinchero.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You're a hustler. You laid in bed and tried to figure out how you could justify being dishonest. And that doesn't fly here.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Carrie and Greg Martin claim former friend Darren Trinchero owes for the return of money from an insurance settlement.
Mr. Trinchero, let me ask you this question, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
If they finished paying off the car in 3 months and it hadn't been in an accident, would they have gotten the title?
Not if they would not have carried full coverage insurance like our
What
contract
difference
said.
would it have made?
Because I accepted liability for the car.
Just a second. Mr. Trinchero, did you pay for the insurance?
Yes, I did. I carried it till 2006, which was not part of our
Just a
agreement.
second. You paid for the insurance.
Right.
Until when?
From the beginning of the contract until 3/3 of 06.
3/3 of 06. The car was in an accident in November of 06.
Where I had coverage on the vehicle at the time.
You just told me that you had coverage in the vehicle until March of 06.
Right. 3/3 of 06 was my
Well,
coverage.
March would be the third month of
Yes,
the year,
ma'am.
sir.
Uh-huh. Yes.
The accident happened in November.
Right.
Your Honor, we had an agreement with him at the first 6 months that we had the car that we were paying him an additional $50 a month to keep us on his policy.
Can I see that, please?
Well, this here is just the copies of the...
I just want to see any checks that are
it's,
above. I'm speaking. The 249.09.
Okay.
Your Honor, may I interject something there, please?
Listen, Mr. Trinchero, you're a hustler, and you did the wrong thing. And what you're supposed to do, since you got your finger caught in this miserable pot, you're supposed to say, you know what, let's see if we can find some median. I shouldn't get a windfall over and above what I paid for a 10-year-old car.
Well,
right? Hey, pay attention.
Right.
I shouldn't get a windfall because a car doesn't appreciate in value. A car loses value.
Right.
So you put in $2,700. You got twice as much as you put in, and you're not entitled to it. You're here in a court of equity, sir.
Right.
And if you only put in $2,700, unless this car was a mint Ferrari, you're not entitled to make money on it. Do I make myself clear?
Right. I'm not trying to make money.
You are trying to make money on it because your whole investment was $2,745.
I believe I assumed liability for this vehicle, and I lost something because of that. And
Well, you
my
think wrong. Hey, Mr. Trinchero, you think wrong.
Okay.
You may have rationalized your bad behavior and your dishonesty with these people in your own mind because you laid there and you said, well, now they sent me a check because I'm on the title to the car. How do I justify not giving them at least some of this money? Well, let me see. They let Homer drive the car twice. and they weren't supposed to do that. They were supposed to keep the car in insurance and not take it out of the state. And I know they went on vacation once and they took the car to Florida. Hey, I'm speaking. That's what you did. You laid in bed and tried to figure out how you could justify being dishonest. And that doesn't fly here. You don't justify being dishonest when you come into a court of equity, Mr. Trinchero. Right. It's dishonest, and it was the wrong thing to do. What you should have done is said, listen, we got this money. You invested $52.29 in the car. I invested $27.45. The whole idea was for me to get off the hook paying for the car because I didn't want this car anymore after 5 months. You did.
Yep.
Because
That's not correct.
Listen.
Not correct.
If you didn't want to sell it to them, you wouldn't have sold it to them. Did you get another car, Mr. Trinchero?
I had another car before I sold it to them. And I had no use for this, and Greg had no car. Being a friend of his, I felt that it would be an equitable thing to do that. But he did not fulfill his end of the bargain in the contract, which I thought was legal.
You purchased a brand new car.
I thought this was a legal contract, and it was violated many times.
Then what you have to do if it was violated many times is take the car back.
Exactly.
Shut up.
And we did try to do that several times.
Which you did not do.
We took many actions to do that.
No, I didn't say did you take many actions, Mr. Trinchero. Did you take the car back?
We could not locate them.
Oh, you're so full of baloney, sir. You could locate them when you got the check. That you managed to locate them. When they got the check, you managed to locate them.
They notified me first.
Very, very bad, sir. I don't know how you sleep with yourself at night. I wouldn't want you to be my friend.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Want justice? Go to judgejudy.com or call 1-888-800-JUDY.
All right. Now,
Your Honor, I have a question.
go ahead.
I don't see where he's entitled to any amount of the check from the insurance company that mailed him that check.
He's not.
Okay.
If he had been what we call a mensch, that means a good person, a good, honorable person, you probably would have sat down and said, listen, you got a little extra money. I'm going to get a little extra money because I put in $5,200, but I drove the car. I mean, you don't expect to get 100% value on your car if something happens. You might have made some kind of an accommodation. But since he was a pig, he loses everything. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount requested, $42.74.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Judge Judy, you may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
We, in good faith, trusted that we would get the money from the accident when it happened.
They had been in a prior accident with the car and never was notified.
I really felt like I got conned.
We found out that he got the...
Old Amanda Peters is suing her ex-roommate, 19-year-old Holly Ward, for breaking a lease, stealing money, and for damaging the bumper of her car.
All rise. Quiet in the courtroom. That's case number 207 on the calendar, the matter of Peters versus Ward.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated, sir. Have a seat, please.
Ms. Peters, you and Ms. Ward were roommates. It is your claim that after a failed road trip that didn't work out as well as you expected, Ms. Ward decided to stay home.
Yes.
And she left you in the lurch with the lease. You want her to pay the rent. In addition, you say that she stole some money from you and that she at some point damaged your car. You want her to pay for that.
Yes.
Ms. Ward says she was pregnant, decided to stay home with her parents, I assume, that she denies taking any of your money, and she says that the damage to the car just didn't happen. She also says that your boyfriend moved in with you into the apartment and he wasn't paying his fair share of the rent. So, is this your boyfriend?
Yes.
How many people signed the lease to the apartment?
2, me and Holly.
Did Holly have a boyfriend living with her?
No.
But your boyfriend was living with you?
He wasn't living there. He was.
Yeah, he is.
yes,
he lives
he was.
there. He lives there. Don't tell me he wasn't living there. He lives there.
Okay.
Don't speak unless I speak to you. You want me to get the address that you listed, sir, when you filled out the forms for this program?
Yes.
Do you want me to get the forms that you filled out with the address?
Yes. I put 718.
And who lives there?
My mother.
What's your mother's phone number?
She doesn't have a phone.
Oh, everybody has a phone,
But
sir.
there's a number you could reach her at, but she don't have a phone herself.
You get what I'm saying to you, madam?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. When did you sign this lease with the defendant?
On December 1st, 2006.
And when did you take this road trip?
In the beginning of April, like April
15th
Where's the father of this baby that you're having?
in Ohio,
And where are you living now?
Alabama.
Who went on the road trip?
The 3 of us.
Whose car did you use?
Amanda's.
You got stopped and you were all arrested for drug possession, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
What happened with your case?
I got 2 years probation.
What about you?
I just got charged as a misdemeanor and got fined. She got charged with all that because she was pregnant.
I got charged
Doing
with a
drugs while
misdemeanor
she
and got
was
a
pregnant.
We all 3 got, well, me and Amanda got charged with possession too.
And what about you?
I did 31 days because wouldn't nobody sign for me.
Now, he got 30 days because he had prior possessions.
No, I got 30 days. That is untrue, Your Honor.
Now, what is the rent?
It's $500 a month.
Stand up. Your last name?
Lucky, L-U-C-K-E-Y.
I'm not so sure.
I heard that.
Who do you work for?
I work for Ford.
What do you do for them?
I clean cubicle offices.
What kind of work do you do, Miss Peters?
I'm a waitress.
Fine. Mr. Lucky,
Yes.
you may have to kick in for some rent, sir. Do you understand?
I wasn't standing there at the time.
Well, now
Yes, he was.
now just a second. Just a second. Now you can stay there.
Well, she shouldn't have signed
Lucky,
my lease.
Mr. Lucky, when did you arrive from Ohio?
We arrived Tuesday.
24th.
the 24th.
You arrived Tuesday.
Yesterday.
Shh.
Yes.
And where are you staying?
I'm staying at the Sheraton Hotel.
And where are you staying, Miss Peters?
At the Sheraton Hotel.
In the same room?
Yes.
And when you go back to Ohio, you're going to go back and stay with your mother. Is that what you're telling me?
And yes,
I'm
after
giving you
this case
permission. You
matter.
could stay with Miss Peters.
I didn't
And now
want
you're
to stay
going
with
to
her
pay.
because
And now
of
you're
this
going to pay
issue.
the rent. Sit down. Who brought the marijuana into the car?
All three of us did.
It wasn't mine.
No.
All
Holly
three of
did.
us did. All
Holly
three of us
did.
did. We all three went to jail for the possession.
It's not what I asked you. I said who brought it into the car.
Holly.
Holly.
Lucky. I didn't. Lucky sells marijuana.
Oh, okay.
That's
No,
his
no,
job.
that's-
Prior
that's
to
not
2
true.
months before, he didn't have this job now.
That's a lie. She
Now,
made that up.
shh. Now, when is your baby due?
I already had him.
You already
June
had your baby.
29th, yes.
And who's taking care of your baby now?
My mother.
Baby healthy? Mm-hmm. You weren't stupid enough to smoke marijuana while you were pregnant,
Actually, I
were
was.
you? Yeah.
That's how she got 2 years.
Was drinking and a whole bunch of other stuff she
I
did
didn't
while she
drink
was
with my
pregnant.
baby. My baby was perfectly
Yes, you
healthy,
did.
born 4 weeks early, didn't need anything. 6 pounds, 8 ounces.
Great. Okay. So now, Miss Peters,
Yes.
now you have your boyfriend living with you. How big is this apartment, by the way?
It's a 2-bedroom apartment.
Well, Your Honor, at first, when I first moved in with Amanda, it was in March of 2005. Lucky moved in June of 2005. We were all living in a 1-bedroom apartment. Then his cousin moved in, Lewis, with his baby mama, Shataya. We all 5 lived there. I still paid half the rent.
Just
They
a
didn't pay
second.
nothing.
No.
Just a second. How long? Quiet.
And his cousin got a job at our job.
Just a second. How long did his cousin and his
They lived
baby
there.
mama live there?
They lived there
What?
from October till December when we got our 2-bedroom and they got their 1-bedroom apartment.
What's your cousin's name?
My cousin's name is Lewis, and he was not living there.
Yes, he was, Your Honor.
Listen,
Okay,
I am
he'll
very,
move
very
somebody
unhappy
else,
about
yeah.
this whole situation. All I can tell you, Miss Peters, is now you can have your boyfriend full-time. Your boyfriend of 6 years full-time. He's going to live with you and he's going to pay the rent. You get nothing from her. Next. Now, let's talk about this stolen money. You say that she stole money from you.
Yes.
You
No,
know
from
this.
her and her
Shh,
boy-
I don't want to hear you.
Okay.
I'm not happy with you either. Anyone who smokes dope while they're pregnant is an idiot.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
When the wallet came up missing, she had to have been there. Otherwise, how could she get it? For not from Ohio to Alabama.
No,
she has
it
that
was
very
months
long
ago.
arms.
And later today,
Where do you think it's all his responsibility?
Because he was told to put it back, and he
Who
didn't.
told him to put it back?
All of them.
They did not tell him to put it back. What are you, nuts?
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Amanda Peters claims ex-roommate Holly Ward owes for breaking an apartment lease, stealing money from her wallet, and for damaging her car.
Now, tell me about this alleged money.
All right. I gave my boyfriend $300 to put up for me. I was going to put my car in the shop and have some work done to it. Well, I picked him up one night. He was going to come spend the night with me. The wallet came up missing that night while he was at the house. Yeah, I went to drop him off the next morning, and the wallet wasn't there.
And
he said it was Holly all along. I mean, I really didn't think it was at first, but I found the wallet in her room when I was cleaning it out after she left.
Where's the wallet?
It's right here.
Let me see it.
Can I?
Shh.
Okay.
When, for the first time, did you tell Holly about the missing wallet?
I didn't tell her.
You didn't tell her?
No, she was in Alabama when I found it.
You didn't call her?
No.
No, I'm not saying when you found it. Listen to me. Miss Peters, when the wallet came up missing, she had to have been there. Otherwise, how could she get it? For not from Ohio to Alabama.
No,
she has
it
that
was
very
months
long
ago.
arms. Now, so when did you first discuss with her the fact that this wallet was missing?
Oh, it was around the time when we moved into our 2-bedroom apartment. So
And how
around
long did you live in
December-
the 2-bedroom apartment?
I'm still there now. So from December until now.
How long did she live there?
Until April 15th.
So the wallet came up missing in December.
Yes.
And you found it when?
When I came back May 9th or 8th, I mean.
Yeah, do me a favor. Return that to her. Tell me about the damaged car.
She damaged my car, parallel parking it.
When?
In November, the first week of November.
November of 06?
Yes, ma'am.
Show me the bill where you had it fixed.
I haven't gotten it fixed yet. I haven't had the money. But I have an estimate from where we both took it in. She came with me when I got the estimate.
Oh, well, tell me how it happened.
Oh, she parallel. He was in the car. I wasn't in the car. She asked to borrow my car one day, and she brought it back with these scratches on the front bumper.
Let
he
me
was
see
in
the
the car.
pictures of the front bumper. How did you scratch the bumper?
I didn't scratch the front of her car.
Who did?
Lucky. He was on his way to school in November, and at a red light, he hit the back of another car.
I have a picture of the truck that she hit also with the dent in the bumper
Just a
where she
second.
hit
She says it was Lucky.
That's a lie, Your Honor.
She went with me when I got the statement.
I did not go with her. I was at work when she got that statement done with Lucky.
She had borrowed Amanda's car, and I needed to go home that following morning.
He was living with us. Why would I take him home?
don't want you to interrupt. If you interrupt again, it's not going to be good for you. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So on the way taking me home to my mother's house, she was trying to parallel park in front of another car, and she hit the back.
On the way, she was trying to parallel park?
No, when we got to my mother's house.
Why was she going to parallel park if she was just dropping you off?
Because she was parking to drop me off.
Why was she parking to drop you off? Why didn't you just come?
She was the driver.
I don't believe it. Goodbye. You all deserve each other. That's it. Case is dismissed. Take him outside for a
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She knows she owes me money. She's a liar.
She wanted money because obviously her boyfriend, who has been living with us, hasn't been paying bills, and he's probably not doing it now.
She stole some money from me. I didn't find out about it until I came home. She wrecked my car, never paid for it.
All three of us smoked marijuana. He had drugs in our apartment all the time. He was selling them. I helped him sell them.
She put it in the glove compartment, and they pulled us over. And when they found the marijuana in the glove compartment, they charged everybody with it.
Don't smoke while you're pregnant.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Cotton versus Stritt matter, step forward, please.
Julie and David Cotton are suing family friend, 18-year-old Dylan Strittmatter, for crashing a golf cart during their wedding reception. Dylan claims he is not guilty.
Who was getting married?
Julie and I.
According to your complaint, Miss Cotton, your family lives on the river.
Correct.
Is that where the wedding was?
Yes.
The defendant is the son of an old family friend, and because there was so much land and the venue was spread out, you rented 2 golf carts to sort of help people get from one place to another, especially people who might have been a little older. Those golf carts were just rented for the event. It is your claim that the defendant, without permission, drove one of those golf carts and damaged it. You're being charged by the rental company for the damage to the golf cart, and you want him to pay for it.
Correct.
Who saw Mr. Strittmatter? Strittmatter?
Strittmatter.
Riding the golf cart.
Tristan Hall.
How old are you, Mr. Hall?
18.
What do you know about Mr. Strittmatter and the golf cart?
Well, I was the guy in charge of taking people to and from the parking to the wedding, and we were at the reception.
At the golf cart, with the golf cart.
Right, and after the wedding, we went to the reception, and we had the 2 golf carts parked over there, and we were all sitting around eating, and I saw them take off in the golf cart, and we just went out. I went out there after them to see what.
Saw who taking off?
Dylan and Greg.
That's Dylan would be you?
Yes.
And who's Greg?
I am Greg.
Perfect, I love it. No, I didn't ask you to go over there yet.
Well,
I didn't ask you to go over there yet.
Okay. That is a lot.
I didn't go over.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Oh, Miss Cotton, you're going to talk to me. You, me. Maybe you're used to getting the last word. I'm trying to tell you, it's your responsibility to ensure no underage drinking at your venue.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Julie and David Cotton claim family friend Dylan Strittmatter owes for crashing a golf cart during their wedding reception.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I went out there, and we were just riding. We were riding around for a little while.
Who was riding around?
Me, Dylan, and Greg.
How did you get on the golf cart?
Because I went out there. When I saw him riding around, I walked out there.
So you walked outside, and the 3 of you got on the golf cart.
Right. Well, they were on it first. I went out there. After they were already on it, I went out there.
Who drove?
They were driving. We all took turns driving.
Who drove first?
Tristan drove first, but there's also a 4th person in the party. Their son Chase was also in the golf cart, and he also drove it with us.
Is that right?
Chase was in the golf cart, yes.
So who drove first?
I guess I drove first.
Who drove second?
Chase drove second.
Who drove third?
I drove third.
All right, what happened next?
Okay, so we're driving around, and we were just driving around with the golf cart, and after a little while, I said, okay, we should probably bring this back. So we were on our way back down this road, And that's whenever he thought he could make it through these 2 rocks, if that's what you want to call them. They were more like boulders. And then he just ran into one of them.
Now, did you know you weren't supposed to be driving around in that golf cart at that time?
In the back of my mind, I did.
And did you know you weren't supposed to be hey, did you look at me? Did you know you weren't supposed to be driving around in the golf cart at that time?
Yes, I knew that.
Did you know you weren't supposed to be driving around at that time? And I assume your son knew that he wasn't supposed to be driving around at that time.
That's correct.
So what are you suing him for?
Because he had been drinking at the wedding at my mom's, and I had told him to put it down, and I saw them take off, but mind you, I'm in the middle of my reception, and I heard them, and so did my friends, hear them screaming, "Come on, let's go get on the golf cart." It was just those 2, and they were drunk at our wedding. They did take it. The owner of the...
Your son was there. How old is he?
13.
What'd you do to him?
Actually, both of my sons had told them, and so had Tristan to stop, and he was driving.
They were driving around in the golf cart.
Well, a little more than driving. He was driving erratically.
Just a second. Where do you think it's all his responsibility?
Because he was told to put it back, and he didn't.
Who told him to put it back?
All of them.
They did not. They were driving around with it. They did not tell him to put it back. What are you, nuts? Listen, Miss Cotton.
Yes.
If you're telling me that you saw them get in the golf cart and drive around with it, and you didn't leave your reception to go and stop them from driving around with it.
My oldest son actually did.
He's not here. You, not your son. Your 13-year-old was in the golf cart.
Right, but my oldest son also took the keys from them.
Did you see that?
No, but they all told me, and the owner of the golf cart.
They can't tell you anything, Miss Cotton. You have a responsibility. A golf cart is an attractive nuisance. That's what it is for young people. That's why your 13-year-old got in the golf cart.
I mean, he admitted to wrecking it and told us he was sorry.
They were all involved in it. If anything, he's responsible for a quarter of it, not for the whole thing. Your son is responsible. Therefore, you're responsible for a quarter.
My son is 13.
He's responsible for a quarter. He's responsible for a quarter. He's not responsible for the whole damage to the golf cart. They shouldn't have been in the golf cart to begin with. And if you saw them and you're the grown-up, you should have seen to it that they weren't in the golf cart.
Can I say something?
Listen. If you knew he was drinking, what's the drinking age where you are anyway?
21.
If he got hurt and he had been drinking at your wedding, he would have owned that house on the river.
I can't control him. He's not my child.
Oh, yes, you can. You can put him out of your house.
He wasn't at our house. It was an open field. We weren't there. He went off in a different area.
Miss Cotton, it's your responsibility when you have an event to ensure that there is no underage drinking. And based upon what you tell me, you saw him drinking and drunk at your wedding. You then saw him get into a golf cart and drive away. And it was your reception, and you couldn't do anything about it because you didn't want to leave the reception. That's what you told me.
I didn't see him get in. I heard them say they were going to do it and take off, and people were
Miss Cotton, I'm getting
them.
less and less sympathy for you. I mean, that doesn't give him any right to do that. And he's going to pay for 1/4 of the damage. But I have less and less sympathy for you. You planned a wedding, and you had a bunch of kids, including these 2 people, not only the defendant, who were drinking at your wedding. And that's your responsibility. You are responsible for the venue. That's what the law says. And if they had gotten into a car instead of a golf cart, and instead of going between a boulder and scratching your golf cart, which is what he did, he got into his car and he killed somebody, you know who they come after? You. That's what the law says.
I didn't serve him the alcohol, and he stole it.
You did serve him alcohol.
I did.
Duh.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Want justice? Go to JudgeJudy.com or call 1-888-800-JUDY.
Now.
Oh, actually, we didn't serve him the alcohol.
You did serve him alcohol.
Well, it's in a bar area. Anybody can walk to the bar and get it.
He didn't get it from the bar. He did go and take it.
Did you get it from the bar?
Actually, there was a fountain outside the wedding reception that had wine, and there was a cup there and cups, and you could just go in and pour yourself some.
And did you not look at me and I told you to put it down?
Just a second. Is
Yes,
that what
you
you're
did,
telling me?
Ellen.
Then what you do is when you have children and you have open alcohol, you ensure that the children who are there don't drink the alcohol.
Well,
Miss Cotton, you're going to talk to me. You, me. Maybe you're used to getting the last word. I'm trying to tell you that based upon 16 years of education and 30 years in the judicial system, it's your responsibility to ensure no underage drinking at your venue. Do you understand?
Yeah.
How much is it going to cost to fix this golf cart?
$1,119.35.
Your responsibility is $279, young man. Do you understand?
Yes.
Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $279, only because you have to accept a certain amount of responsibility. Think that's reasonable?
Sure.
Good. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy, Carolyn Brady is suing her daughter and son-in-law, Cassie and Cliff Yelvington, for damages resulting from charges made to Child Protective Services.
All rise.
Yeah, this is case number 154 on the calendar in the matter of Brady versus Yelvington. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Miss Brady, this young lady is your daughter.
Yes, ma'am.
And this is your husband.
Yes, sir.
According to your complaint, some time ago, your daughter and her husband had a small baby. That baby was removed from their custody by the state because of abuse, and the baby was placed in your custody.
Yes, ma'am.
You had her for approximately a year?
20 months, Your Honor.
And after 20 months, there was a reunification process, and she was ultimately returned to her parents.
Yes, Your Honor.
You now have that child and another child.
Yes, ma'am.
Your complaint is that there came a point where your daughter and son-in-law made some false allegations about you, which required you, because you have a teaching position, to retain an attorney in order to dispute those allegations. And you want them to pay for that attorney and for the emotional distress that you went through from something. Your daughter and her husband say that there came a point when they were concerned over something that their daughter had told them when you were visiting with her, and they had every right to report that. And they are counterclaiming because they say that you have embarked on a course of trying to interfere with the reunification process by making allegations against the Child Protective Services. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. When was the child originally removed from your custody?
January 13th of 2005.
How old was she?
She was approximately 3 months old.
And what was the nature of the abuse that she suffered at 3 months old?
We were staying with some people that we thought were friends, and their youngest daughter was going through a biting phase and put bite marks on our child.
Over what period of time?
A week or two.
You pled guilty to abuse or neglect?
Neglect.
And you understand that you neglected her?
Yes.
As did you?
I wasn't there. I was at work. I was working out of town for the period that this had happened.
The entire time?
It had happened within a week. I was out of town for the whole week.
Now, when the child was with you, did the parents visit?
Yes, ma'am.
At your house?
Initially, they had supervised visitation at my house, and due to the deteriorating situation, I asked for their visitation to be moved to a visitor's center.
Well, that's part of their counterclaim, that if you hadn't forced the visitation to be at a visitation center, they might have been reunified with their child earlier. So I would like you to tell me, Miss Brady, what caused you to report this deteriorating situation?
They were coming over to my house, and I was allowing them wide open visitation. They could come, sit comfortably. I fed them. I permitted them to have any length of visitation they wanted. That was approximately June of 2005. Cliff went into court and claimed that he was paying child support to me, and I had not received any child support from them whatsoever. Also, when they came, they were bringing some people over with them. I didn't mind his family members, immediate family members, like his sisters and Kaylee's little cousins, but they started bringing strangers over.
Who would you bring over to the house?
My cousin.
Why would you do that?
We checked with her first. We told her that we were going to bring over my niece and my cousin, and she
Why
said
would
she
you
didn't
bring
have a problem.
anybody?
Because she would not come over down to Orlando so that my family could see my daughter, and my family wanted to see my daughter because they hadn't seen her since she was born.
Just a minute. What does that have to do with little cousins?
It's not. She was like 13 years old.
So what? This is for you and your wife. Visitation is for you and your wife. How many cousins did you bring to the visitor center?
We didn't take anybody to the visitation center because it was done during the week whenever everybody was working.
Right. So Miss Brady was taking care of business that you should have been taking care of, and if she said to you, don't bring people.
She never told me not to bring people.
Did you tell him not to bring people?
No.
Well, how was she supposed to be a mind reader?
Well, I did object to one person's presence. He was supposedly a friend of Brandy's, his older sister, and I did object to it to Cassie.
And what did she say?
She just shrugged her shoulders and made an excuse.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you got tired of all these people in your house?
Yes.
So you asked that the visitation be at someplace else?
Yes.
Were you going to visitation every weekend with your daughter?
At the center, it wasn't on the weekend, it was only during
At your mother's house?
We were going there about 3-4 days a week.
So that was great.
Mm-hmm.
That was great.
Yes.
Should have kept it simple.
We didn't know that there was a problem until she sprung it on us at the last minute, saying that there's visitation at the center now instead of at her house.
Okay. Should have been smart enough to figure it out.
If she would have came up to us and said, hey, I have a problem with some of the stuff that's going on, we would have done what we could to correct it.
Mr. Yelvington, you may be right. She probably should have said something to you before she moved it, but that's not a legitimate lawsuit. You should have been smart enough to keep it simple. Go with your wife, sit with your wife, with your 3-month-old daughter, bond with her, spend as much time with her as you can, and not involve the rest of your family. That's just not smart to do. Could she have told you? Absolutely. Is that a lawsuit? Absolutely not. Now, the child was ultimately reunified when?
September the 15th, 2006.
Tell me what happened after September the 15th.
Well, there was one visit that I went to pick her up at. Josh, my grandson, went to pick her up. I had visitation with her every other weekend. And I noticed there was like a mark on the side of her face. Well, when I got her home, it looked like a full-blown handprint on the left side of her face.
Josh, just stand up, please. Josh, you went to pick the baby up.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you see any mark on her face?
Yes, ma'am.
Describe it to me.
It was marks on her face, and there was like some bruising right here.
Did you ask her what happened?
No, ma'am.
Did you?
She wasn't that verbal at that time.
Okay, fine. Do you remember what month this
September 2006, towards the end.
So you reported it?
Yes, I did, to the caseworker, and I took pictures.
You have pictures?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to see them, please.
There's the originals.
Very hard to see any mark.
Right.
Oh, I see the bruise in the middle of her lip. That I do see.
Yeah. That was on a separate occasion.
And then in October of 2006, I see a large black and blue mark on her forehead.
That's it.
Okay. You did the very wise thing and the right thing to notify the caseworker. You understand that, don't you?
Yes, I'm trying to recall on what these marks were.
Yeah, because we were never notified by the department that there was any marks on her.
Or by my
well,
mother.
But you do understand that being a responsible person, knowing the history of this child.
Yes, ma'am. But what I'm saying is, if there was a allegation made to the department, I think the department would have, at least done an investigation on it. There was no investigation done.
Should have done an investigation on it.
Yes, ma'am.
Whether they did or not is another story. No question about that. Okay, what happened next, Miss Brady?
In January of 2007, I had picked up Kaylee from their home, and when I was giving her a shower, I noticed what appeared to be like burn marks, like in a circle on her butt. And I did call DCF. The DCF investigator did tell me, take her to the hospital, have her examined by the hospital.
And did you do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have a report from the hospital?
No.
Because you're not the parent.
Right, and I didn't have custody of her at that time.
You have a report from the hospital on this incident?
We do not have it. We gave the copy to our caseworker because we were notified of the allegation. And the moment I was notified, I took my daughter down to the hospital, had her examined, and then also told them to call up the sheriff's department and told them I want to do everything by the book because this allegation is ridiculous.
Did you get a report when Miss Brady took her to the hospital?
Not from the hospital, but I do have the report with the department.
I'd like to read it. Are you trying to toilet train your child?
Yes, Your Honor.
Does your daughter have a psychiatric history?
No. After this point, I think she should.
Well, it is clear to me that based upon this, somebody observed marks on the child's buttocks and thighs that were clearly visible 2 days after your mother-in-law took the child to the hospital.
That right there would be the allegation that Miss Brady put against us for my daughter.
No, my dear.
Because our caseworker...
Kaylee has excoriated red marks on her buttocks and thigh. That's an observation, sir. That is not Miss Brady's observation. That's an observation either by a physician at the emergency room or the caseworker. It says, describes them. They're on her thighs. They're about 2 inches long. The marks on her lower buttocks looks like they may have been from sitting on the toilet for a long period of time.
Which she was not. And the doctors that we took her to and the investigators and everybody told us that they
Don't tell me what anybody told you. Show me a report. This is the only report that I have.
As far as her sitting on the potty for too long, she liked to play on the potty and try to be a big girl, and she would sit there herself. We didn't force her to stay there. And the marks on her thigh were chafing from her diaper because we went for a walk that morning before my mother picked her up.
You also had an excuse for the bite mark she suffered on her body. You claimed that that was not your fault. It is your fault. Whether you did the biting or you permitted this child to be, for over a week's period of time, bitten by another child, that's your fault. And just because a 2-year-old wants to sit on the toilet for a long time doesn't mean that a parent who is exercising parental responsibility allows a child to do that to such an extent that the child has welts on her bottom. The child should not have marks on their thighs from chafing from a diaper if all you have to do is take care of her, which is what the two of you have to do. Take care of her.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I was not able to notify my husband of the marks because the people that we were staying with would not allow me to use the phone, and I had no
Crawl out! Abe Lincoln walked 10 miles to school. If your child is being abused, you leave and go to a shelter. What's wrong with you?
Sheindlin Brady says her daughter and son-in-law falsely accused her of abusing her granddaughter. Cassie and Cliff Yelvington say it's Sheindlin who's guilty of making false charges.
Now, so far, Miss Brady, you did everything right.
Thank you.
Now, would you please tell me why you were forced to hire a lawyer?
Well, throughout this 20 months, they've made numerous allegations.
Uncross your arms.
Against me, but then they made a very serious allegation against me July 26, 2006. And I think it was in retaliation because things didn't go very well for them in court.
What do you mean things didn't go well?
I guess that day, they were expecting to be reunited with their child that day in court. And it didn't come about. And I also was badgering them about the child support that they owed me. And we had left court, I had gone, and then next thing I know, I'm getting a call from the caseworker to take Kaylee to a hospital or a doctor immediately for a sexual exam because the allegation had come from Cassie or Cliff.
That said what?
That said they felt that the child had been sexually abused while she was in my care.
Really?
And this really was...
What made you think that?
She would shy away from men. She would not go near them. Like if I would go to pick her up, and I mean, whenever I'd walk around, she would run right up to me. And if I'd go to pick her up, she would curl up in a ball and start crying. So what I did is I told my caseworker, this is what's happening. I don't know what to think about it. I just figured I should notify you about it. And where it went from there was that they put in the abuse allegation for...
Against who?
Against her mother.
You're crazy. Something wrong with you. And you're a nasty person, too.
How am I a nasty person?
You're a nasty person. Because you retaliated against somebody who took on a responsibility that you and your wife couldn't take care of, which is taking care of a 3-month-old child. I assume that Miss Brady, once she raised her own children, didn't plan on nor desire to raise a 3-month-old baby. The reason she had to do that was in order to prevent your 3-month-old daughter from going into a foster care situation. Because the two of you neglected her, minimally neglected her, perhaps abused her. So she took over that responsibility for 20 months. And instead of kissing her feet, which you should have done,
we tried.
You accused this teacher, this person who cleaned up after your mess, of abuse. That's why you're not a very nice person. Because I have a sense that you rule the roost in your house. That's my sense. My sense is also that your wife could use a little psychiatric intervention. And if you don't see to it that that happens, you now have 2 children?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
It's not going to be the last time that your children are the subject of intervention by the state. So if you rule the roost in your house, and if you're not the one who's abusing your children, I suggest that you get your wife some help. How much support did you ultimately give her for the time she took care of your daughter?
We came up to a verbal agreement that if she claimed Kaylee on the tax return, we would.
You didn't answer my question.
We didn't
I said
give
how
her
much
any money because we had a verbal contract that if she claimed her on her tax return, we wouldn't have to pay child support anymore.
The child support wasn't ordered until 2006.
It doesn't have to be ordered. Does it have to be ordered for you to watch your child so that she doesn't get bitten?
We were giving my daughter diapers, clothes, anything that she needed.
Who cares if you give somebody diapers?
Okay, and then she comes out
Who
and tells
cares
the courts,
if you give a baby diapers?
I understand that, ma'am, but then she comes out and tells the courts that she thinks that me saying I'm not going to pay for her bills, not my daughter's, hers, is unfounded because she actually came out and said she wanted this much for this much for this, and this much for this, and one of those being cable, and my 3-month-old daughter wasn't watching cable.
Mr. Yelvington, so instead of doing something, you did nothing. Exclude the cable. You didn't even protect your 3-month-old daughter.
Yes, we did.
No, you didn't, because your wife had to, of necessity, fed, bathed, and changed this baby over a week's period of time. And as soon as she saw the first bite mark on this child, that child should have been removed from the environment. She chose not to do that. And if you were in communication with your wife, and if there's not something wrong with her mentally, she would have told you that the 3-month-old child had been abused by somebody in that house. And if you were any sort of a parent, you would have come off the road and said, I don't care where we're going, we'll go to a shelter in order to protect her. Instead, you allowed this child to be abused over a week's period of time, according to your wife. And instead of kissing her feet, you made her life miserable. That's your mother. 25 years from now, you're not going to know who he is, but she will always be your mother. And you will always be able to count on her to clean up after you, not him. And if you need mental help, get it. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, but there is one thing. I was not able to notify my husband of the marks because the people that we were staying with would not allow me to use the phone. And I had no...
Crawl out! Abe Lincoln walked 10 miles to school. If your child is being abused, you leave and go to a shelter. What's wrong with you?
Where we lived, there was no shelters nearby.
Go to a police station. Where did you live? In the Yukon? Quiet. You go to a shelter. You go to a police station. You go someplace. Or you don't let your daughter out of your sight.
Yes, Your Honor.
Don't say anything.
Okay.
You're both working now?
Yes.
Perfect. Your counterclaim for nonsense is dismissed. You're asking for $1,600, which includes infliction of emotional distress, which you've had, and your attorney's fees.
Yes, ma'am.
Judgment for the plaintiff, that's all. Step out.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
The woman is not right.
I think it was incredible how she spotted him coming.
She has hated me since the day me and her got...
Harry Smith is suing his former friend, Jeannie LaSalle, for unpaid rental charges on a Cadillac. Barry also claims that Jeannie returned the car late.
Come to order. All rise.
That's case number 87 on the calendar, the matter of Smith versus LaSalle.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Mr. Smith, the defendant was a friend of yours, and according to your complaint, you rented a car to her, a car that was registered and titled in your name, that you weren't using. You felt sorry for her, that she needed transportation. You told her she could rent it for $20 a day. It is your claim that she owes you for the rental, as well as some damage that she did to the car. Ms. LaSalle says she owes you nothing. How many cars do you rent out, Mr. Smith?
Well, I've never rented out. The proposition was I wanted to sell it to her. It was her idea to rent it.
And when did you have this conversation?
This was March 22nd in the afternoon. It was like after 1 or 2 p.m.
What kind of car is it?
It's a 1987 Cadillac Eldorado Barrett's. It's like
So
the
it's
top-of-the-line model for that year. And it's
Well,
in good
top of the
shape.
line. I was a top of the line model in my year too, sir, but this car is now 20 years old.
It's in good running order. It's in good shape. I only had like 92,000 miles on it.
I'm in good shape too, but
I
I'm
can
still
tell.
what I am. You know what I'm talking about?
I can tell.
20-year-old car is a 20-year-old car.
20-year-old car by like 2 owners. It's
I'm
in
not
good
telling
shape.
you how old I am, and I've only had 2 owners. That still doesn't change anything. You understand?
I understand.
What?
What? I'm supposed to say here.
Mr. Smith, I'm not saying anything bad about your car. I'm just saying it's an old car, sir.
It's an old car.
It's not an antique. It's just an old car.
But it's a Cadillac. That's
Me
different.
too. Listen. So what did you decide to do on March 22nd between 1 and 2 in the afternoon
Well,
with your
I
vintage car?
I gave defendant my phone number. She said she called me back, talk it over with her friend. She called me back in about a half hour and said, yeah, let's do a deal.
Let's do a deal.
Yeah.
What do you mean, let's do a
Well,
deal?
she proposed to rent it. I proposed to sell it. She said she couldn't afford to buy it, so I said...
How much did you want it for?
$20. I wanted $700.
Wanted $700 for the car.
That's all I wanted. She agreed, and I agreed we'll rent it for $20 a day. She went home to talk to her friend. I went home to download a rental car agreement off the internet. I had the paperwork downloaded. I picked them up, and she gave me $20 for the first day. We signed the paperwork. I gave her the keys.
Let me see the paperwork. So you just wanted the car for a week, madam?
No, ma'am.
Did you sign this agreement?
Yeah, when I met Barry on the 22nd, he told me he had cars for rental, 3 cars. I told him I had to talk to my girlfriend and that I would call him back. I did that. We went to go look at the cars. I rented 1 car.
It says here that you're renting this car, and it says what car it is, from March 22nd to March 29th.
He did all the receipts. I also have those. But I wanted to purchase the car. It wasn't rental. And I started renting because I was not working at the time.
All I asked you was, you were supposed to return this vehicle on March 30th. That's what you signed. That's your name.
Yeah, I signed that.
Did you return the car on March 30th?
No, I did not.
Why not?
Because I made more payments towards the car. I was buying the car from him.
Did you have a subsequent agreement?
No. We kept doing the rental contracts. But I would pay him more than the $20 a day going towards the purchase of the car.
Show me. First of all, how long did you keep the car?
Until April 14th.
You kept it for an additional 2 weeks. Okay. Go ahead, sir.
That's not correct, Your Honor. She took 2 rental agreements out. She didn't bring the car back. I had to go to her to get the payments and check on the car because she had moved like 15 miles from me. It began like, she was paying me like 3 days in a row she paid me At the beginning of the first contract, she paid me the $20.
How many days did she keep the car, sir?
She had the car like 22 days, from the 22nd of March to the
14th of April.
Right.
22 days. And let's do this so that I don't make a mistake. 22 times 20 equals $440. So that's what she should have paid you.
That's correct.
And that's what you would like, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
How much did you pay him?
I paid him more than the receipts that he has given.
How much do you claim that you paid him?
Can my witness come up?
No! How much do you claim that you paid him?
Almost $600 for the car. That was supposed to be bought for $700.
Almost $600.
Almost $600.
Good. And how many receipts do you have, and how much do they total?
$420.
Let me see them, please. I have $400.
If you look, there might be one with the same date and the same amount on it. I think I accidentally wrote 2 receipts for one payment.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's
This
the
is a
one for
different one.
$80.
This
One
is a
is the
different
white,
one.
yeah.
Right, I'm deducting $80 because it covers the same period
Right.
from 4-3.
I accidentally gave her the wrong
Absolutely
copy
right.
and everything.
Absolutely right. Minus 80, because she gave me a duplicate, equals 320, and she was supposed to give you 440. Ms. LaSalle, that's what you got. You gave him $320.
Can I speak, Your Honor?
Sure.
He just wrote out receipts. When he came to pick up the vehicle, he went home and just wrote out receipts. The only one receipt that me and Barry had actually made was the yellow receipt. So he just made up receipts for whatever he wanted to make out the receipts. I had the car almost paid for.
Just a second. Almost is not good enough. The only proof, and it's proof that you gave me of what you paid for, are these. That's what you gave me. And it says that you're $120 short. What else, sir?
Friday the 13th, she said, come pick up the car. The car's all empty. It's at her house. She was supposed to bring the car back. So I get a friend of mine. We go up to Jeannie's house, get the car, and I said, when are you going to have my money? She said, next Friday. We took off and went home. I called her the following Friday. She's not going to pay me my money. I'm not going to get any money. So I gave her another week, the 27th, which is the day I filed the lawsuit. Jeannie, am I going to get my money? You ain't getting nothing. Do what you got to do. And that's when I went to the courthouse. The night while I was driving it back, like I said, it's 15 miles from her house to my house, the front end was shaky. It's a front-wheel drive car, and it's dark. It's like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. I couldn't see anything. So the next morning, I went out and inspected the car. The right front tire is very low. I take it to a mechanic, have him look at it and get new tires, and they gave me an estimate of what the damages was because the front end suspension was damaged. I got damages on the car. The car wasn't brought back in the same state that I gave it to her. And it
Fine.
was-
You wanted to sell the car, sir, for $700. Listen to me.
I wanted to sell it.
Shh. Look at me. You wanted to sell the car for $700.
Correct.
You're going to get $440 for her. Use of the car. You're a couple of $100 short of what you wanted to sell it for. Where is the car now?
I have the car.
Do you drive it?
Yeah, I drive it.
Do you rent it to other people?
No, I don't.
But you use it yourself.
Yes, I do.
So look at what you have. You wanted to sell the car for $700. You're going to get $440, which means that you're just a few dollars off from what you wanted to sell it for, and you have your car. Isn't that great?
Sounds good.
Be happy. Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $120, which is what she owes you. Thank you very much. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Do you need a shawl?
No.
Did you get confused as to where you were going today?
No.
That's the way you think you should go to court?
No.
And later today,
Why didn't you take care of it?
I didn't feel I had to.
Standing here today, do I change your mind, sir?
No.
Well, then you're an idiot.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Schmidt versus Commissara. Step forward, please.
19-year-old Alicia Schmidt is suing her former friend, 19-year-old Stephanie Commissara, for unpaid babysitting fees. Stephanie says it's Alicia's own fault that she didn't get paid.
Do you need a shawl?
No.
Did you get confused as to where you were going today?
No.
That's the way you think you should go to court?
No.
She actually allowed you to babysit for her children?
Her child, yes.
Anyway, you claim she owes you for some babysitting. She says the state was supposed to pay you, but you didn't fill out the appropriate paperwork. That's your defense, right?
Yeah, she filled it out, but
She filled it out wrong? I could believe
it never
that.
went through.
So your agreement was she was going to babysit for your child and she was going to get paid by the state because you were doing some work there?
I was working at Sunoco. And
What is that?
It's a convenience
What-
store.
What were you doing at the store?
Cashier.
How much were you earning?
$7.25
an hour.
Yeah.
And how much were you bringing home every week?
Between $200 and $250.
And who else were you living with?
Just me and my son.
Were you paying rent?
Yes.
How much?
$219.
In an apartment?
Yes.
Where do you come from?
Buffalo, New York.
Isn't it cold in Buffalo?
It's getting warmer.
Now, how long did you watch the baby?
Huh? Sorry.
How long did you watch the baby?
For a month and a half.
Is that what you do for a living, babysit?
No. I
Well, what
did
do you
it because me and her have been friends since we were like 12, 13 years old, and to help her out.
Well, the state didn't pay you. So did you tell her that you thought she should pay you?
Yeah, I did. And I told her when she got her taxes back this year to give me money out of her taxes for that, and then I would leave it alone, and she didn't do that.
Did you get money back from your taxes?
Yes.
How much did you get?
$750 around.
Did you think you should give your friends some money?
I never told her I was going to pay her.
Well, you told her that she was going to get paid for watching your son.
Not out of my money.
Well, she's going to get paid out of your money. You got paid. She wasn't doing this as a favor. She was doing it because she expected to get paid. And if the state didn't pay her for some reason and you did not follow up, which I assume you didn't, is that right?
I called many times to try and see why it wasn't coming.
And so
we
did
both
you,
did.
Did you get an answer?
My case was being closed at the time.
So you didn't get an answer?
Nope.
So now you have to pay her.
Why would I pay her when I never said anything about paying her? I
just tried to explain it to you, and I want you to try to put on your listening ears. She was babysitting for your child for money. The state was supposed to pay her. She filled out the forms, according to what you told me.
Mm-hmm.
You said you called many times. You didn't get an answer as to why they weren't paying her. And then you stopped calling because you were closing your welfare case. That doesn't mean she doesn't get paid, because she did the work for you. So you have to pay her. Do you understand?
Yeah. I mean...
And you got back $750 in your taxes. So you're going to get paid, but you're not going to get paid $2,000 because that's ridiculous. You didn't earn $2,000 probably a whole year. But you have to get paid something for the work that you did. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $350. That's all. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Fisher versus Wolf. Step forward, please.
25-year-old Rayanne Fisher is suing her ex-boyfriend, Brandon Wolf, for writing a bad check on a shared bank account.
Miss Fisher, this young man used to be your boyfriend, and you actually lived together. You made the mistake, because you didn't listen to Mother, of opening up a joint bank account with him while you were living together. And after you broke up, he wrote out a check. There was no money in the account, but there was evidently one of those privileges that allows you to write checks even though you don't have money in the account, and you were forced to pay the check because there was no money in the account. And you wanted to pay the money back, plus whatever fees were charged to you. Mr. Wolf has an interesting defense and an interesting counterclaim. First, let's discover when you broke up. Date.
The date was July 11th of 06.
And when did you write out this check?
I don't actually have the actual date of it.
But I'm sure you do.
Yes, I do. July 16th of 06.
After the bloom was off the rose, right? And at the time, Mr. Wolf, were you aware of the fact that there was no money in the account?
Yes, I was.
So tell me why you did that, sir.
First,
First, tell me why you did it. Then tell me why you don't think you're responsible to pay her back the money for it, and then we'll get to your counterclaim.
Okay. I set up with the finance company to where it was a post-dated check.
For what?
For a down payment on my Jeep.
So you gave the finance company a post-dated check.
Yes.
And?
And I had plans on putting the money in the account within the 2 weeks of my next paycheck.
Yes.
By that time, she had already paid this off.
Well, they had to have deposited the check. What do you mean, Mr. Wolf? I want you to try to clear out the fuzzies in your brain. If you had put the money in the account before they cashed the check, there would be no problem. She wouldn't have known anything, right? So you didn't put the money in the account.
No.
Or the finance company cashed the check before they were supposed to.
Correct.
Well, which one is it? I gave you two choices. They can't be both correct.
They actually cashed the check before the post date.
Well, so the bank probably shouldn't have done that, right?
Right.
But you had the money.
Right. It was a misunderstanding.
Fine. So why didn't you give Miss Fisher back the money? Since you had the money, let me give it to you this way. You had the money. That's what you told me.
Right.
You were going to put it in the bank.
Correct.
Your finance company, for your truck, deposited the check early. That's what you're telling me.
Correct.
But you had the money. What's your first name?
Rayanne.
Say to Rayanne, Rayanne, I'm sorry, this was all a misunderstanding. I have the money. I'm going to give you back the money. I want you to be whole. Why didn't you give her back the money?
Well, what happened is on my Jeep, I ended up getting it repoed from me.
What month?
It was August, I think.
So we're talking about now in July. July, you had the money
Right.
to pay the down payment, so why didn't you just give it to Rayanne, who paid the overdraft protection on the truck?
I never asked her to pay it.
Who cares? You had it. Why didn't you take care of it?
I didn't feel I had to.
Standing here today, do I change your mind, sir?
No.
Well, then you're an idiot. You the girlfriend?
I'm the fiance.
Fiance. I think twice about making babies with him. Listen, your debt, your problem. You had the money.
Right.
I also don't believe that a finance company takes a post-dated check and allows you to take a car. That is a lot of who shot John. So, now that I've already determined that you owe her the money, how much money does he owe you?
$592.90.
$592.92. That's what you owe her. Now I am prepared, sir, to listen to your counterclaim.
What happened is I was in the hospital for a week, and one of my payments fell through on my Jeep.
Another payment fell through.
Yes.
Like an accident looking to happen.
They sent a tow truck to her house.
To whose house?
Rand's house.
Why would they think it's at her house?
Because it was registered under the address.
So the tow truck came to the house and said, where's the truck? Go ahead.
She brought the tow truck over to my sister's house, had it towed, sat
No,
in...
no, no. She didn't have anything towed.
Oh. She brought the tow truck over to my sister's
They
house.
said, where is this car?
Right.
And she said, it's not here. Maybe it's at his sister's house. I'll show you where that is. Is that what you're saying?
Yes,
So what?
correct. She sat in the parking lot also, took pictures, sent them to me on my phone, and also put them up on her MySpace page.
So what? So what?
I didn't feel that was right.
Maybe she would have felt more kindly if she wasn't out $600 for your truck while you're fooling around with your new fiancé. Do you understand? One
Yes,
good
ma'am.
turn deserves another. Your counterclaim's dismissed. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $592.92. Thank you.
Parties are accused. You may step up.
5-year-old Michael Bone is suing the father of his girlfriend's neighbor, Tim Howard Sr., for car repair costs. Michael says his car was damaged during a party thrown by Tim's daughter.
Order. All rise.
That's case number 136 on the calendar in the matter of Bone versus Howard. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Mr. Bone, your car was vandalized after a party that was held at the defendant's house.
Yes, ma'am.
It was, I assume, your 18th birthday party?
Yes.
You're the brother? Yes. And you believe that Mr. Howard, who permitted this party to be had in his house, is responsible for the damage to your car?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Howard, while sympathetic that your car was damaged, says that the people who damaged your car were uninvited guests, uninvited thugs at the party, and you should pursue them for damaging your car. Stand up, please, next to your dad. Mr. Howard, you were not home at the time of this party, is that right?
Yes.
Where were you?
I was at work.
And this was on a Friday evening?
Yes, it was, Your Honor.
What date?
December 15th, 06.
And when is your birthday?
December 20th.
So the party wasn't held on your birthday?
No, because there was school, so couldn't do it on a school night.
All right, Mr. Bone, were you an invited guest at this party?
Yes.
You were there with your girlfriend?
Yes, ma'am.
That's this young lady?
Yes.
What time did you arrive at the party?
About 7:30, ma'am.
Had you ever been to the Howard house before?
Yes, ma'am.
Did your girlfriend live close by?
It's the next door neighbor, ma'am.
Stand up. How long have you and Haley been friends?
I'd say since about 5th grade.
So you were invited to the party?
Yes, ma'am.
How long did you stay at the party, Mr. Bone?
Approximately half an hour.
Why did you leave after half an hour?
There wasn't too many people that we know, and there was a lot of alcohol there, so we decided we were going to go back to Jessica's house.
How many people were there?
Probably 40 to 50 people.
Is that right?
Yes, I'd say that's about right.
Mr. Howard, how many people did your daughter tell you were going to be at this party?
Maybe about 15, 20 people that I was aware of.
Now, when you got there and there were 40 to 50 people at the party, you said that there was alcohol. Tell me about where the alcohol was set up.
It really wasn't just set up, it was kind of a bring your own thing. It was pretty much spread out through the entire house.
How many people did you know at the party?
About 6 to 7 people that I actually had known.
And how many people did you know?
I knew about 10 to 15.
And how old were the people that you knew?
The people that I knew were 17 or 18, and they were all in high school. The others, I didn't know.
Of the 17 and 18-year-olds there, were any of them drinking?
Of the ones that I knew, a couple of them were, and the ones that I was hanging out with were not.
And what about you, Mr. Bone? Of the people that you knew?
Those were the same people that
Same
she
people. And they were?
drinking.
The ones that we had left with went back to her house with us. It was four others that went back with us, and they left shortly after that.
So it's 7:30, and you stayed for a half hour until about 8 o'clock. When you left, some people went with you.
Yes.
Were the people that went with you people who were or were not drinking?
We're not.
We're not. Is the reason that you left early because of the number of people that were there?
I left early because I didn't feel comfortable being that I didn't know half of the people that were there and the amount of alcohol that was there. I just did not feel comfortable.
Did you speak to Haley about the number of people that were there?
I did not speak to her about the number of people.
What did you speak to her about?
About the alcohol.
What did you say to her, and what did she say to you?
I told her that having the alcohol there, being that she's underage, was not a good idea since my father, who lives right next door, is a cop.
And what did Haley say to you?
She didn't really say much, just that it would be okay, nothing bad would happen.
You remember that conversation?
Yeah, I do.
You want to explain that to me?
Well, I didn't think it would be a big problem because I knew some of the people. There was other people that just came with their friends that I didn't know. And everything was cool for the time we were there, so I didn't think there would be a problem.
All right, Mr. Bones, so tell me what happened with your car.
Well, after we had left the party, we went to Jessica's house, and we received a call about, 11 o'clock, I would say, saying that there had been a fight at Haley's house and that they needed help breaking it up. So me and her father, Ron, went outside, and we seen people fighting around my car and various places in the yard. And after he had broken it up, I walked around my car and seen that the mirror was laying on the ground next to the car, and there was a bunch of mud on the window and on the door and on the fender and on the trunk of my car.
What time was this?
Probably 11 o'clock.
Okay. How did that happen?
There was a fight. There's a total of 2 fights, and that last one that happened, a bunch of people had left. They were the ones that we told to leave, and they came back.
Those people that you told to leave, had they been there earlier in the evening when they were there?
Not all of them.
But some of them?
Yes.
And so you told them to leave?
Yes, and they were not invited back. And there was just a few people that were left, like around 10, and then they were all there, and all these guys came back, and they had brought more people with them. And then we seen the trucks and the vehicles coming down the road, and people ran to the door to see what was going on, and we saw they were back. People went outside to see them, and I guess the fight broke out. I ran upstairs to call Jessica's dad, the cop, because I knew something bad was going to happen. And I didn't want no one to get hurt, seriously.
Did you know the names of any of the people that were out there and involved in this fight?
Some of them I did. Others I did not.
Did you tell the police their names?
I didn't really get a chance to talk to the police very much, actually. I told them what had happened, and then that was pretty much it.
Well, his car was damaged.
Right. I wasn't even downstairs, because it happened in the basement, and I was upstairs. I stayed in my room because I'm not dumb enough to go back downstairs. There was a bunch of guys fighting.
Anything else you want to tell me?
No.
Anything you want to tell me?
Yes. The night of the party, I was chaperoning it. When I showed up, a few people had already brought alcohol.
What time did you show up?
Around 8 p.m. There was already a few kids there, a few adults there.
Just a second.
Sorry.
Your first name is?
Tim.
How old are you, Tim?
31.
Tim, first of all, you should have been there at 7:30, not 8 o'clock. That's number one.
I wasn't actually told to be there.
I don't care what you were told. If your father was relying on you as the adult to chaperone the party, by the time these people got there at 7:30, there were already 40 to 50 people there. So if you arrived at 8 o'clock, you got there too late.
We didn't get on the same page, but I showed up at home at 8 o'clock that evening, and it was going on.
Oh, just a second. So that you were not asked to chaperone the party.
I was asked to chaperone, but we didn't, somehow he didn't mention to me that it was going to be that day.
Ah, perfect. Mr. Howard, this is not looking good for you, sir. I want you to understand that. Are you getting the fact that this is not looking good for you?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
I'm going to hear the rest of the scenario from your son, but this is not looking good for your team.
Right.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I show up around 8 o'clock in the evening. There's about 15 people there. 3 of them already had alcohol with them. They were already drinking. So I checked their IDs. I made them go downstairs with the people that were over 21 to play pool. Everyone else that was under stayed upstairs. I stayed down there with them for a while. Every once in a while I walked upstairs, checked on some people. I let Haley watch everybody else upstairs. I didn't notice anybody drinking up there. When I went back downstairs, I was watching people playing pool. Shortly after that, within a half hour or so, about 50 or 60 people just barreled in the door. I knew I couldn't handle all these people.
Let me explain something to you.
Yes.
These people came to a party at 7:30. This young lady has been a friend of your sister since the 5th grade. These people tell me that the reason that they left at 8 o'clock was because there were 40 to 50 people there at the party.
That wasn't until
So
after
I'm
o'clock.
speaking. Many of whom they didn't know, and there was underage drinking there. Now, they were coming to a party that day. She was coming there because she was a friend of your sister's. So who do you think I'm going to believe? The people that left at 8 o'clock because they felt so uncomfortable there that they left a party and they took 4 people with them? or you think I'm going to believe you, who was downstairs watching some people play pool? Do you get it? You get
Yes,
where
I
I'm
do.
going?
Yes,
Sit
I do.
down. Now, Mr. Howard,
Yes, ma'am.
you have 30 seconds to tell me why this isn't your responsibility.
I feel I'm just as much of a victim as Mr. Bone here because of the fact that I've got property damage, which I have some pictures to show
I
you.
couldn't care less about your property damage. You brought that on yourself.
Okay? I don't know who these people were. They were uninvited, and they just showed up with bats. And
How old are you?
I'm 54.
They didn't show up with bats, sir. They were at the party, many of them. During the course of the evening, they were thrown out of the party, and they went and they got more people to come back with them. But some of the same people, according to your daughter, because she first said she knew who some of them were, and then she said, well, I don't know, I was in my room, I didn't want to go. She knew the names of some of them who came back. They just came back with more people. Now, you were working Friday night?
Yes.
Do you work Saturday night?
Yes.
Do you work Sunday night?
No.
Then that's the day you should have had the party. Not on a night when you're not going to be home. If you choose to allow your teenage daughter to have a party in her house, and you believed her, which is the first mistake with regard to a teenager to begin with, right? That they're going to have a handful of people, 15 people, that turns into 40 or 50, and you don't make adequate arrangements for supervision, which clearly you didn't make because, according to your son, you had discussed this party but hadn't made any definitive plans for him to chaperone it. That's what you told me.
I wasn't clear at the time.
You open your house to teenagers, and you're not there, you're going to be responsible for anything bad that goes on in that house. Fortunately, it was just his car that got damaged. But if somebody had been sexually molested in your house, some 17-year-old, you wouldn't have a house anymore, sir. You wouldn't have a house, you wouldn't have a car, you wouldn't have a bank account, you would have nothing, because it would be your fault. And you can't say, I thought my son was going to chaperone and I didn't know the people. When you open your house to teenagers to have a party and things get out of hand, it's your fault. Period. End of discussion. So if your house was damaged and vandalized, it's a good lesson. You're responsible for the damage to his car, which is how much, sir?
$2,574.39.
Can I see it, please? Got pictures of the car?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to see the pictures, too.
They're not very good pictures, but they are there.
What, were they there with bats? Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,574.39. Thank you very much. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I think it was a fair decision. However, I'm a little upset that it didn't go my way due to the fact that I feel like I'm a victim as well.
There's nice folks, and I have never had a problem before this, and really didn't want to go this way with it this time, but that's the way it went.
They got out of here. My dad was actually called by Haley because he's a cop.
I took a scar to the hand. A few friends of mine took a bat to the face to try to stop this fight.
I heard a lot of yelling. That's what I heard.
I've got another child that's 13, and he ain't having no parties at the house either. She ruined it for all of them.
It sounded like a normal party going on, just, people having fun, no big deals.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of King versus Hilligas. Step forward, please.
James King is suing his ex-girlfriend, Connie Hilligas, for unauthorized charges she made on his Sears MasterCard. James says Connie took advantage of his kindness.
Mr. King, you and the defendant were involved in a relationship, and according to your complaint, you gave her a credit card. The credit card was your sole responsibility. Did it have her name on it?
I placed her on the account, yes.
The payment of it was your responsibility?
Yes.
Solely. And it was, for what purpose did you give her this credit card?
Connie had become ill, and she was out of work. She did not have insurance, and she needed medicine. And I told her she could use the card in emergency situations, but also made it clear that she needed to pay the bill when it came in when she was employed.
How long had you been dating at the time?
About a year.
Were you living together?
No.
What kind of credit card did you get for her?
It's a Sears MasterCard.
And when did you give it to her?
I gave it to her approximately April of 2004.
April of 2004?
Yes, ma'am.
And she had it until when?
Until October of 2006.
Who was getting the bills?
She was. We had put the address for billing to her apartment so that she could pay the bill when it came in, and I wouldn't have to bring the bills over to her.
When did you terminate your relationship?
Probably August of 2006.
And between April of 04 and August of 06, you had no knowledge that there was anything happening with this credit card, that there was any delinquency with this credit card, because all the bills were being handled by Miss Hilligas.
That's correct.
Is that right?
Partially correct, yes.
Well, were you paying the bills as they came in?
Yes, ma'am. The account had been more than once substantial amounts of money on it. I paid it off, Mr. King did live with me. I have many witnesses to that fact.
Just a second. I didn't ask you anything else. What happened, sir, in October of '06?
I got a call from Sears Credit Card Services. They said there were some charges on the card that were suspicious. They didn't understand. I spoke with the people there, and they explained to me that there have been balance transfers from other credit cards that were not in my name.
Can I see that, please? Do you have any?
Yes, ma'am, I sure do, right here.
I'd like to see it. Did you transfer balances from other credit cards to his credit card?
No, ma'am. As a matter of fact, in June, I actually transferred it onto my account, paid the account off in full. As far as they were normal charges that I use every month.
I just asked you a question. Did you transfer any other credit card balances to this balance?
No, ma'am.
You did transfer. Capital One card, Merit Bank card, $700.
What was the date on that?
October 5th. Then you had a charge of $295.52 on October 3rd. So you did transfer accounts.
I also have right here a $1,500 payment that I tried to make on the account.
I don't care what you tried to do. What I'm telling you is you transferred other accounts to this account.
And I tried to reverse them, but Mr. King would not allow me to. And I was informed.
Why did you do it to begin with?
To try to get this resolved and get this account paid off.
How do you attempt?
In October.
Listen to me.
Sure.
Come on. How old are you?
42.
Don't try to pull wool over my eyes.
I'm not.
Piddle on my leg. How much is left on the account?
$2,719.47.
Okay, and you want your money?
Yes, ma'am.
Ball's in your court.
The account numerous times went back and forth for 3 years. I paid on the account back and forth. He was living with me over 2 years. Mr. King called and told me that in no circumstances was I to have anything to do with that account at any time, or he would press charges against me for fraud. I had tried to make a $1,500 balance transfer to the account.
You know, I don't understand the word you just said. I mean, I don't understand the relevance of a word that you just said.
Because I tried to pay on the account. He forced it and said I could not.
I want to know why you don't owe him this money. What's your defense?
My defense is Mr. King lived with me for almost 3 years. He never paid me a dime.
So who cares?
It went back and forth for
What's back and forth? I don't understand. What's back and forth?
Things that I've paid for. He said the account, if he'd left the account alone, I would have gladly paid it. He wanted me to make cash payments to him on a monthly basis. Because of his temper and other hostilities, I didn't want to have to be
Do you know that I don't believe a word you're telling me?
That's
not a word you're telling me.
That's fine.
I think what happened was, who broke up with whom in August?
I ended the relationship.
Well, if you ended the relationship in August, then she went on a spending spree. And she was really going to get you because she transferred the other balances to this account. She was really angry with you, Mr. King.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, that's too bad. You know, things come, things go, back and forth. With that, you owe him $2,719. Pay him. That's all. Step down.
Thank you.
Parties are excused.
I have no problem with that. That was easy.
Well, I'm glad to get the case resolved, and I'm glad that I...
George Heath is suing his neighbors, Tammy Coleman, and her son, 17-year-old Marquise Peppers, for an assault. George claims Marquise pushed him to the ground during an argument.
Order. All rise.
It's case number 152 on the calendar in the matter of Heath versus Coleman. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat.
Mr. Heath, Mrs. Coleman is your neighbor, and this is her son.
Affirmative.
Hmm?
Affirmative.
You are 17.
Yes, ma'am.
But large for your age.
Yes.
And it is your claim that Miss Coleman's son assaulted you.
Assault and battery, ma'am.
Depends on where you live. And you want to be compensated. And Miss Coleman and her son say that you started it, and he just finished it. So, I'm going to start with you. What's your first name?
Marquise.
How long have you and Mr. Heath been neighbors?
I don't know how long he's lived there, but I lived there for 2 years.
How long have you been there, Mr. Heath?
Since May of 2006.
So a little less than a year.
Affirmative.
A year. Have you gotten along for that year that you've been living there?
Up until recently.
What happened recently, Mr. Heath?
On April 25th of 2007, I was outside my door. Mr. Peppers was also outside his door. He was calling me a pedophile. He was saying I should never, never, never say the name of his little sister. I admit I may have started behavior that was more of an interest to a proctologist. But
I don't know what you mean by that, sir.
I was upset that being called a pedophile after 30 years of being a registered nurse here in California.
So he was calling you names and told you never to mention the name of his sister. What did you say to him?
Well, he challenged his authority by claiming that if I said in the name of his sister one more time, that he would beat me down. Being that I was very upset because of the general rumor within the neighborhood of me being a pedophile, I did say her name. Her name is Sanji.
And then what happened?
I repeated it a few times as he came
So you taunted
closer.
him. You were grown up.
Yes, I was an angry
You were a
grown-up.
grown up. You were an angry grown up.
Yes.
And he had called you a vile name.
Quite,
ahead.
especially when I have no record anywhere.
I understand you have no record anywhere.
Okay.
Got it. So you were taunting him, and what did he do?
He pushed me, and then, you know.
How did he push you, Mr. Heath?
I do believe, I will take his word for it, that he belly bumped me.
Okay.
I turned to catch myself, and I was struck on the back. I cannot say exactly if it was him or his friend LJ, but I did sustain an injury to my back.
Him?
He was right next to him, shoulder to shoulder.
So they both came over to you after you had repeated his sister's name several times.
Affirmative.
And he belly bumped you. When you turned around, somebody hit you in the back.
Yes, well, turning around in that I was trying to catch myself as I was falling.
And as a result of that, were you injured?
Yes, I have a report from my chiropractor that I have injuries from T6, that's thoracic spine, vertebrae 6 to 7. These were significant enough for me not to be able to work for 2 months, which I have documentation from my employer of such.
All right, Mr. Pep, let me hear you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. On the day of that incident, the day before, we had got into like 2 days before we got into an argument.
About what?
I was sitting outside because my friends stayed next door to him, and I was sitting outside talking to them, and then my sister.
Talking to whom?
My friends that stay next door to him. And so I'm sitting outside, and then my mom calls me, and she sent my sister to come get me. And my sister comes, and she says, "Marquise, your mom wants you." And then so he reaches over, and she's in between these stairs. He reaches over and pats her on the head. And I say, "Man, don't touch my sister."
Why not?
Because, like, I don't know what it is, but ever since he's moved there, I've been, like, you know, real uncomfortable around him. And he's, like, he acts real, you know, friendly and stuff towards kids, like, you know, little girls. And I just, with my sister, I keep, you know, I'm overprotective about my sister. And so...
But he just touched her on the top of the head.
I know, but it was, like, the way how he did it. Like, you know, he rubbed his hand through her hair. And, like, you know, and I didn't like the way it happened, but I wasn't disrespectful to him. I just said, "Can you don't
Fine,
touch my
you
sister?"
said, "Don't touch my sister." That's all you said to him.
Yeah, but as I said that, my mom walked out, and I told her what happened. And then so they got into an argument, and...
Why did you get into an argument, Miss Coleman, with him?
As I walked out, I heard George yelling at my son, and all I heard was the end of the conversation, and I asked
What
him
did you hear?
He was calling my son ignorant and a pervert for saying what he said or whatever.
Well, did you say anything to him?
I said, "Don't touch my sister's head," and he called me a pervert because he said that I was looking at him as that, like, I don't know why he said it, but he just called me a pervert because I told him not to touch my sister.
And then?
That's when I came out.
Yes.
And I heard them arguing, and my son said, George touched Sanji, and that's when I went to tell him he doesn't have to put his hands on her, do not touch her.
Did your son tell you how he touched her?
No, but what the thing...
Well, why didn't you get that information, Miss Coleman?
I did. When I came over, he said he touched Sanji on the head. And right then, when she said he touched Sanji, I just verbally told him, you know, to keep his hands off my daughter, and I asked my children to come into our yard.
Okay, so that was a couple of days before.
Yes, ma'am.
And then what happened, Mr. Pepper?
And then the day of the incident, we were outside, you know, we played basketball and all of that outside, and George comes out and was playing a guitar to the little girl in the window, and I was just sitting there.
Playing a guitar?
Yeah, playing a guitar and singing to her. But he's sitting there playing a guitar to her, and that's not my relative or anything, so I didn't say anything about that. And somehow he got into an argument with other kids that was on the block, and so they were arguing, and somehow they said to him something about, "Oh, you touch kids and stuff," and he was like, "Yeah, I touch a lot of kids," and he started naming off kids on the street, like girls and stuff that he's touched, and then he somehow said Sanji's name, my sister, and then so that was when I got into the conversation. I asked him, I said, "Man, don't touch, talk about my sister."
Did you call him a pedophile?
No, I've never called him a pedophile.
Did you call him a pervert?
No, I've never called him a pervert.
What did you call him?
I didn't call him anything. I just said, "Do not touch my sister."
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
So I had chest bumped him, and he just stumbled back and hit the wall and purposely fell to the ground. And he made a lot of like weird noise and stuff that, you know, you could tell that it was being acted.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. George Heath claims neighbor 17-year-old Marquise Peppers falsely accused him of being a pedophile and then assaulted him.
Okay, and what did he say to you?
And he got into an argument with me, calling me a pervert and that I'm immature and stuff because I'm calling him out on stuff, and I'm like, you know, I didn't say anything. All I said was, don't touch my sister. And then so we're sitting here, we're arguing, and I stepped back, and my friend was with me also, and he was talking to him. He was like, there's no need for you to say her name. And I pulled him back, and we're about to walk away. And George says it again. He was like, oh, what do you mean, Sanji? And I was like, don't say her name. And then so he takes off his glasses, and he untucks his shirt, and he steps up to me, and he says, what do you mean, Sanji? Sanji, Sanji? And so I had chest bumped him, and he, you know, it was like a fake stumble type, and he just stumbled back and hit the wall and purposely fell to the ground. And he made a lot of like weird noise and stuff that, you know, you could tell that it was being and like some kids was laughing at him and stuff because he was acting it out. And his wife said, I'm calling the police. And then so I looked at him, and then I turned around and my sister was calling me. So I turned around, picked up my sister, and then I told my friend, I was like, let's go. And then we walked to his house.
Mr. Pepper.
Yes, ma'am.
What facts do you have that suggest to you that Mr. Heath's intentions with regard to the kids who play in the neighborhood, either singing to them or patting your sister on the head, is anything other than just genuine caring for children?
It's because of the way that he does it. It's real weird. You know, I don't feel comfortable around him. And for that, I don't feel that my sister should be around him. I've never been disrespectful to him or anything.
You assaulted him, sir.
No, ma'am, but
yes, you did.
Incident,
you assaulted him, sir. He was taunting you, which is not very smart of a grown-up man to do.
Yes, ma'am.
Not very smart to a big 17-year-old, you know, who certainly outweighs him and certainly outmuscles him. But you have no right to put your body on him in any way. You should have been smarter, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Now,
but I had to confront the lie.
Mr. Heath, have you ever been arrested for a sexual offense on a child?
No, ma'am.
The next question is irrelevant, therefore, and you've never been convicted. Is that correct?
No, ma'am.
You have any children of your own?
Yes, ma'am. We have 4 biological children and 1 foster child.
How old is the foster child?
She is 32.
So you raised her?
Affirmative.
And your 4 children, how old are they?
We have a boy who's now Sergeant George Heath of the 3rd Armored Cavalry Regiment. We have twin boys, Pete and Repeat. One is Staff Sergeant Joseph Heath of the 11th Armored Cavalry Regiment. Our other son is Specialist David Heath, who recently was last week was taken out by shrapnel in Baghdad, but he's doing just fine. He'll be in the United States today. And then my daughter, Rebecca Heath, she's 23. She's a certified nurse's aide and a senior in health administration.
Have any of these children visited your home?
Yes.
You live in your home with your wife?
Yes.
How long have you been married?
31 years, ma'am.
Mr. Pepper.
Yes, ma'am.
We are supposed to rejoice in the differences among people in this country. That means that not everybody is made the same.
I know that.
Some people say affirmative rather than yes. Some people may appear to be, to you, a little peculiar, but that doesn't make them a pervert.
No, ma'am,
That doesn't make them strange. That wouldn't inspire me to say to somebody who's the father of 4 children, don't put your hands on my sister. Now, if you said to me that he hit her in the behind or tapped her in the butt, I would say, go over there and you can knock his lights out. But what you told me was he patted her on the head, and you just didn't like the way that looked. And you went outside, and all you heard was your son saying to you, he touched your daughter, and you blew. You didn't listen. I think that what you have to do is celebrate the differences amongst people, Mr. Pepper.
Mm-hmm.
You have perfect right to say to your daughter, listen, I don't want you to go over to neighbors, strangers, or whatever. But your son has absolutely no business, despite the fact that Mr. Keith was not smart.
Yes, ma'am.
Has no right to go over there and chest bump him, belly bump him, or whatever other kind of bump him he did. His lawsuit asks for $1,700. He's going to get that. You have a counterclaim. Counterclaim is that he filed false charges against you with Child Protective Services. When did he file charges against you with Child Protective Services?
Per the letter, it says on 5-2 that there was an investigation.
And what makes you think that it was Mr. Heath who filed those charges?
Okay, when we went to court for a restraining order, that was denied. Mr. Heath subpoenaed the CP.
Who went to court for a restraining order?
George filed a restraining order on me and my son.
Well, he should have.
Right.
Your son used force against
Right.
him. Was it granted?
No, they were both denied.
Oh, that's ridiculous. In my judgment, it's ridiculous. What grounds do you have to file for an application for a protective order against Mr. Heath?
Because when the incident happened, my daughter constantly goes over there, and it's like, everywhere my daughter is, he's behind her. Like, it's in a place that he goes across the street. that my daughter plays at. He's never over there, never over there. But every time my daughter is over there, George is over there. You know what I'm saying? It's like it seems like everywhere my daughter is, I see George. Normal places where he doesn't go. He's normally in his yard. Like he comes in my yard and uses the water hose. He was told by the judge, he was told by the police officers that he keeps calling on me to stay away from us. We were told to stay away from each other. I agreed. But he constantly, like, if my daughter's in the yard, I don't let her out the yard because of the situation. I'll make her stay in the yard and ride the bike. George will come over, open the gate, and use the water hose, or, you know, just do stuff to, you know, to have me try to have confrontation towards us.
What proof do you have that Mr. Heath called?
I don't have proof that he called, but for our restraining order, he had all the information. How does he know that CPS came to my house? When we went to court, he filed a subpoena for the CPS worker to come to our restraining order. That's how I assumed that he called, because...
Did you have that information, Mr. Heath?
The reason I know that Ms. Johnson is a child protective worker is that she was at Ms. Coleman's door when I saw her, and I said, I don't think Ms. Coleman's there. She asked, you know, who are you? I identified myself and where I live, and then she identified herself, and we went into my apartment, and we had a discussion concerning, well, actually, one of the things we discussed is whether or not I am a pedophile. Obviously, I'm here, not arrested, so she felt there was no basis for the allegation that I'm a pedophile.
Did you make a call to Child Protective Services, sir?
Can I leave that under confidentiality?
See what I'm saying?
Well,
yes or no? I'll answer if you,
no, well,
if you want me to.
The point is, Mr. Heath, if you had grounds in your judgment to place a call to Child Protective Services, because that's for a counterclaim, she says that you had no basis. She believes that you did call. Okay,
that would be a different question. Would I have, if I called, would I have a basis? The answer is yes, I would.
Well, tell me what basis you had if you had called.
Okay.
Got it.
I'm sorry, I don't consider that very funny. The basis I have is that I have seen her use the most unusual type of child rearing, curse words at her daughter. I've seen her with an open hand strike her daughter in the head. Also, I am quite suspicious that her daughter has some type of minimal brain damage. I'm not sure if it's cerebral palsy like my wife.
Shh, quiet. You can't be quiet, you leave. Do you understand? Good. Go ahead.
I am not sure if it's cerebral palsy, or I'm not sure if it's attention deficit disorder, but I know she has fine motor coordination problems because one of the things I have done with the children is to plant a garden. And when Sanji came up to plant, she could not follow my simple instructions that I could get children half her age to do. So I'm just...
Put your hand down. Go ahead.
I am quite concerned. I do know...
Okay, so that would be the basis. If you had called...
If I had called.
If you had called, that would be the reason that you called.
Affirmative.
Go ahead.
Okay. As far as me, the allegation was that I called my daughter the B word and I hit her with an open fist. My daughter is really, I would never, I do not use that word. I don't like that word. I don't like to be called that word because my mother called me that, and I would never call my children that, no matter how angry or what we were going through. So that's just ridiculous. And as far as me hitting my daughter with an open fist, there's just no...
Open hand.
Yeah, open hand. There's no way. I don't... You can ask my son. She doesn't even get in trouble. So I don't even...
Your counterclaim is denied. You owe Mr. Heath $1,700, which is what he's asking for this assault. Mr. Heath may be a peculiar man. He may not have exercised good judgment when he taunted you by repeating your sister's name. It doesn't give you license to put your hand or your body, and you have a big body, sir, on another human being. You have no right to do that. As I said, there is no indication today that Mr. Heath is anything other than maybe a slight bit odd.
I resemble that remark.
Right. But that's it. And we celebrate that kind of stuff in this country. You have an absolute right to say to your daughter, I don't want you to play with Mr. Heath. I don't want you alone with him. Don't go to his house. But you can't put your hands on him. Do you get it?
Yes, ma'am.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,700. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
My whole thing was I wanted him to stay away from my daughter.
In the case of Sanji, I will be standing quite a distance from her, and she will come to me. So what am I supposed to do?
Go away, get away, you little... Is suing his adopted son, 22-year-old Christopher Nelson, for the value of a Corvette. Dennis claims Christopher illegally sold the vehicle.
Order. All rise.
Now, this is case number 171 on the calendar, the matter of Nelson versus Nelson. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Mr. Nelson, this is your son.
Yes.
You were married to his mother, and did you formally adopt him?
Yes.
And you are now divorced from his
Yes.
mother. When was that divorce?
September
Of?
06.
According to your complaint, you believe that your son owes you for a car that you gave to him, titled in his name, but with a condition. And the condition was the car would be returned to you if and when he joined the Navy.
He told me he was already signed up for the Navy in January
Right. So that was the condition that you indicated.
to get him off of a motorcycle that he was riding rather recklessly.
Right. And you said to him, here's a car, putting it in your name. When you go into the Navy, I want you to give it back.
Right.
Did you ever go into the Navy?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Nelson, I read your whole complaint, and your whole complaint has sort of a convoluted story about certain trust that you had in your son to do the right thing. He took the car, he sold it to somebody else, then he took it back, then he sold it to another person. Bottom line is, I read your complaint very carefully, sir, and your complaint is clear. Even if I believe what you said in your complaint, which was you gave him this car, you transferred the title to him, is that correct? He insured the car himself, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you pay for the insurance yourself?
Yes, Your Honor.
And how long did you drive the car?
Only for a couple months, Your Honor.
Then you sold it and bought something else.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Nelson, stop playing with your papers.
Okay.
Because you're not going to understand what I'm saying to you unless you pay attention.
Gotcha.
If I believe what you say in your complaint, you made him a conditional gift. And the condition of that gift was that the car would be returned to you when he entered the Navy. But he has not entered the Navy.
Okay.
So how can you get the car back? Or the value of the car?
Okay.
Do you understand? I know that you're angry with him. I don't know exactly why. Maybe we can resolve that. But the conditional gift that you made to him it becomes a permanent gift if he never joins the Navy. Is it your intention to join the Navy?
No, Your Honor.
Why not?
I decided to keep pursuing my medical field that I am now.
And not join the Navy? Okay. Ever. When did you give him the car, Mr. Nelson, just for my own information?
September 27, 06.
And you titled it in that same month. And when did you sell the car, sir?
Down in October, around.
Who'd you sell it to?
I didn't personally meet them. My stepfather actually had it in Desert Hot Springs, and he sold it for me.
To whom did you sell it?
To a private party out of Banning.
Stand up. How much did you sell it for?
Your Honor, Christopher owed me some money, so he'd gotten another vehicle. So in lieu of the money that he owed me,
What did he owe you money for?
Personal loans.
Explain it to me.
Just everyday living, helping him with insurance, paying for some of his tuitions through furthering his education in the EMS field, things of that nature.
How much did he owe you?
About $4,500. Educations are expensive.
How long have you been married to his mother?
Since July of 06.
You were divorced in September of 06. So how could you be married in July of 06?
It was a typo on the court's behalf, and we're since straightening that out in litigation.
What do you mean you're straightening that out? What does that mean?
Well, what it means is there was a typo that instead of putting a 9 when the divorce would have been finalized, it would look like a 7. So we went forward with the wedding. Come to find out later that it was a typo, so we're in litigation now with the courts to rectify that.
Why don't you just get married again?
We will, sir. Ma'am, when we're done with this. Pardon me.
May I reiterate?
Just a second. So let's assume he owed you $4,500 in the relatively short time that you've been together with his mother. How much did you sell the car for?
That exact amount.
To whom?
I don't know the name of the person. It was I took the car to my place of employment, placed a for sale sign in it, and 5 hours later sold the car. I don't know the name of the people. I really didn't expect this.
A man or a woman?
It was a man for his daughter.
Did you get a check or cash?
I received cash.
Do you know that I don't believe a word that's coming out of your mouth?
I'm sorry.
Do you know
I'm sorry.
that I don't really believe a word that's coming out of your mouth? Do you trust him?
I know it was true.
Well, let me tell you something. Most of what he just told me was not true.
I beg to differ, Your Honor.
Oh,
under
you
this
can do all you like. You can do all you like, sir, but I understand.
I just swore between God and this court to tell the truth.
Quiet. I understand why Mr. Nelson is annoyed. The truth of the matter is, he made a conditional gift, and it didn't work out the way he had assumed it was work out. He certainly wasn't giving his son a car to give to you, to give you money. And so I can understand why he's annoyed. I understand why you're annoyed, sir.
Thank you.
Okay?
When I get a chance, I'd like to explain.
Go ahead.
First, the car was stolen from her. She has a judgment on it.
A judgment? What do you mean it was stolen from you?
He sold the car to her, not
Who
to
sold
him.
the car to her?
Christopher sold the car to her.
Which is Christopher?
Christopher.
You sold the car to this lady?
for $7,500.
I'm speaking.
No, Your Honor.
You did not.
No, Your Honor.
There's the judgment.
I'd like to explain.
Go ahead.
When I received the car, I heard from a friend that I believe Kelly was looking for a car around $5,000, $7,500 or so. And so me and her were talking and everything, but she only had about $2,500 to give me. I knew she was going through some hard time, so we made a verbal agreement that she was to have possession of the car and I was to retain ownership until final payment. After a couple of weeks, I kept getting the same response that...
How much money did she give you?
She gave me $2,500 as a down payment. And then I was still waiting on $5,000 when she went down to her security lockbox at quote-unquote Pachanga. Well, after many weeks of trying to talk to her and give me the same excuse, it wasn't until after I talked to a lawyer and a detective from the Murrieta Police Department about the legal part of it that I was in full right to go and repossess my vehicle.
What'd you do with the $2,500?
She took me to court.
And what happened with it?
I even told her that I would give her the back.
What happened with it?
I was unable to attend.
What do you mean you were unable to attend?
I had a class that I was already enrolled in to further my...
Go ahead.
I have a witness in the back.
You didn't know you could appeal.
For what?
Christopher.
I will testify
To what?
to whatever you want to hear.
Well, I
He'll
don't want to testify to whatever
He
I
will
want to hear.
testify to the fact that he did steal the car. He was paid in
Just
full.
a second. Just a second. You have a judgment against him for $7,500?
She has the judgment.
You have a judgment against him, so there's no question.
Here's the bill of sales for the other car.
A court has already ruled on that.
On that one.
On this one.
But the other witness will testify that he did take the car.
No, I got it. He said he repossessed the car, and he couldn't go to the hearing, to the court date, because he had a class.
Okay.
And then he took the car back, and he gave it to his stepfather, who sold it, according to him, for
Here's the bill of sales
$4,500.
on
Can I see the bill of sale?
The ones that he can't find.
Your last name is Mater?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I have a bill of sale, sir, with your signature on it, indicating that you sold this car to Joanna
That's
for
the name.
$5,700.
I don't recall it being 57.
Well, why don't you take a look at this, sir?
Okay.
I don't remember it being that much either.
Obviously, this is a second-generated bill of sale with the price altered. I'm not a liar. I'm a man of integrity. Have fun.
Listen, I don't have to get into all of this. You can sit down. I can understand why your father is angry with you. He made a gift to you. He was hoping that you would be able to use that gift and drive safely with that gift. And he didn't do it to line the pockets of anybody else, including taking care of the bills that you allegedly owed to your stepfather. He was trying to help you. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, is there any reason why you did that?
What, Your Honor?
Took a wonderful gesture and made it not wonderful anymore.
It wasn't a wonderful gesture, Your Honor.
No, it wasn't?
No, Your Honor.
Well, let me ask you this question, sir. Do you think that your father could have sold that car to somebody else? Put your hand down. Well, you sold it to somebody for $7,500. He sold it to somebody for $5,700. Don't you think your father could have sold it to somebody else for $5,000?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's an answer. Instead, he gave it to you. Write it off. Mr. Nelson, legally, I can't help you because the condition was that you get it back.
Is what it is.
You get it back if he joined the Navy. Didn't join the Navy. He's not going to join the Navy. Unfortunate. Sometimes your best intentions are not necessarily.
His words were he signed up for the Navy in January.
I understand that.
Okay.
Okay? Thank you very much.
Good
Your
enough.
case is
Thank you.
dismissed. That's all. You owe him an apology.
That'll never happen.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
It is what it is. Liars, cheats, and thieves. The whole family.
He can't handle the fact that he has no control.
The captain of the fire department is less than honest.
The judge tried to attack my character, which was wrong. I was truthful as much as I could remember.
He's using his position to get personal vendettas.
He's jealous that I am married to his wife and basically have taken his prized possessions.
I just don't like dishonest people.
This guy is definitely less than stable. I just hope for society's sake they take care of this guy.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Lawler versus Fletcher, step forward.
Brittany Lawler claims ex-boyfriend Nathan Fletcher broke their apartment lease. Nathan says Brittany kicked him out after he spanked her son.
Miss Lawler, according to your complaint, you and the defendant lived together, signed a one-year lease in an apartment. You moved in, there were three of you. You, the defendant, and you have a child who's 6. You lived together and everything was pretty okay for a while, and then there was an incident involving your son. And the incident involving your son surrounded an eating tantrum that he had. And according to Mr. Fletcher, he threw a tantrum and Mr. Fletcher spanked him. After that, the two of you separated, never got back together again. Mr. Fletcher did pay the rent for a couple of months and then stopped. You want him to pay the last 3 or 4 months' rent because he signed the lease with you. Mr. Fletcher says that he really anticipated that you would be back together again, that you told him to leave, and that he's not going to pay any rent since you asked him to leave. And not only asked him to leave, you told him to leave. I believe in your answer, Mr. Fletcher, you say that her parents gave her an ultimatum. Either you left or they were taking her son.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that what happened?
No.
Well, we'll find out. If they did say that, it probably would have been the right thing to do. Mr. Fletcher.
Yes, ma'am.
There are certain given facts in this case. You signed a joint lease, which obligated you to pay half the rent. You did not pay half the rent for how many months? 3?
I believe so, yes, ma'am.
Is that right?
Yes.
3 months. But for the other 7 months you did. And what was your share of the rent?
$745 a month.
And yours was $745?
Yes, ma'am.
Where are you living now?
I'm still living there. The lease is not up yet, and I'm moving back in with my parents.
Who's paying the rent now?
I am.
From what?
I had to borrow money. I had to take out a personal loan with the bank in order to cover the rent.
Do you work?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Fletcher, tell me when you spanked her son.
It was evening of the 8th, Monday. Had cooked some
8th
dinner
of
for him.
what?
Huh?
8th of what?
January. He was eating dinner, and all of a sudden, he just started having a little tantrum, and I told him to stop, spitting food all over the carpet, told him to go to his room, wouldn't comply, so I spanked him.
Why don't you just pick him up and put him in his room?
Didn't think about it.
How old is he?
He was 5 at the time.
Where did you spank him?
On his bottom.
What'd you use?
Back of my hand.
How many times did you hit him?
I hit him once.
Once?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that right?
I wasn't there. I'd have to take his word or my son's word. So.
Well, you don't have to take his word. What did your son say?
My son said that he had hit him very hard, so he was upset.
Is there any mark on him?
There was a little mark, yes.
You told your parents?
Yes.
And what happened?
When I saw it, I asked him, I said, you know what, you can't stay right now. This is not going to be a good situation. I don't know what's going to happen. I asked him to leave temporarily while he maybe did some parenting classes, maybe anger management or something to help cool things down and maybe fix the situation so we could stay together.
So what do you want him to do?
I want him to fulfill his obligation and continue to pay the rest of the rent.
But he can't live there, Miss Lawler.
He can't live there because of his own behavior, because of his own actions.
I mean, I don't think if he hit, I'm not advocating, Mr. Fletcher, using corporal punishment on your child. Let's start with that. However, since you left him with your son in a position of parenting authority, there's a difference between corporal punishment and excessive corporal punishment. If Mr. Fletcher says he hit him once on the behind, and that's what he says, and you have no reason to dispute that, and if you told him to leave as a result of that, and he did not have the ability to stay in the apartment because of that, he shouldn't have to pay the rent.
He signed a lease, and because of his actions...
You move.
How am I going to move with my son when everything in that apartment was mine?
Listen to me, Miss Lawler. That's a choice that you have. Instead of telling him to leave, say, listen, we have the following choices. We're both on this lease. I can't afford the rent because I'm not working. I'm going to move back with my parents. You can stay in the apartment. Or if I stay in the apartment, we have to do something with the lease. But you told him to leave.
It's temporary.
No.
Yes, it doesn't.
No, you gave him. No.
No.
My dear, temporary.
He left some of his stuff in the apartment, so he knew it was not permanent. I told him, you get some parenting classes, you do some counseling,
and
you
has
can
nothing
come
to
back
do
in.
with the lease.
Yes, it does. It has everything to do with
Miss
the
Lawler
lease.
has nothing to do with the lease, madam. He didn't sign a lease and sign on to take on parenting classes or anger management classes. That wasn't a condition of his
lease. No, he did sign a
lease.
lease that he would fulfill his obligation to pay his rent for the entire year. It doesn't matter what happened. He has an obligation to finish paying the rent.
That's why you're here. He did, in fact, pay 2 months' rent when he wasn't living there.
Yes, because he said he would continue to pay the rent because it was his obligation.
And I'm telling you that you told him to leave.
I asked him to leave temporarily until the situation calmed down. Am I supposed to put my son and me in some
When is
situation
your lease? When is your lease? Listen to me. When is your lease up?
My lease is up at the end of this month.
Well, you should have come to court earlier. I would have told you to go back to your parents earlier and told him to move back into the apartment.
What I have done? He can't pay the rent. We would have both still been on the lease, and we both still would be...
Miss Lawler, that's a what if. And what I'm telling you is the lease is up in 20 days. Instead of waiting 20 days, you should have sued him before. You should have gone in the first month that he said, I'm not paying you any more rent.
I couldn't, because I had to go back every month.
And then I would have said to you, Miss Lawler, go home to your parents now. Mr. Fletcher, you go back to the apartment and continue to pay the rent.
He couldn't pay the rent by himself. Either way, if he had stayed or I had stayed, it doesn't matter. We would still be in the same situation.
Miss Lawler, right now, he paid rent for 2 months in an apartment where he was not living.
He
was not living. You threw him. Don't you get it?
I did not throw him out. I asked him to temporarily leave. That's not...
When did you invite him back?
I wouldn't invite him back had he not...
Just answer my question.
If you would let
When
me.
did you invite him? You said, I asked him to leave temporarily. When did you invite him back? On what date?
I told him he could come back when he took some counseling.
He doesn't have to do that,
Well,
madam.
then he doesn't have to continue the relationship with me. That was the circumstances. He knew that when he moved out, that he needed to get some help to continue the relationship so that he can move back in. It was not just the spanking of my son that started this. He has been unstable and yelling, screaming, accusing me of cheating. Every other week,
That's a whole other. Then you should have gone home to your parents earlier, Miss Lawler. Your case is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused when they step out.
Kicked me out, took the key. Don't belong there, right? Don't need to pay?
Elvin Sardin is suing his former friend, 21-year-old Megan Foote, for crashing his car while making a beer run. Megan claims the accident was a result of faulty steering.
Order. All rise.
Yeah, this is case number 168 on the calendar in the matter of Sardin versus Foote.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Mr. Sardin, you allowed the defendant to borrow your car. She took your car. She totaled your car. You want it fixed or replaced.
Yes.
Ms. Foote says that you loaned her your car. She did total your car. It was your car's fault, and she's counterclaiming for the pain and suffering she endured when your car was in an accident. What kind of car was this?
The Lexus ES300,
What year?
1993.
How long have you had it?
About 7 to 8 years?
Have you had any trouble with the car?
No.
Has the car ever been in an accident?
No.
You have it serviced regularly?
Yes.
And it has never been in a reported accident other than this one?
No.
Tell me about the circumstances surrounding your loaning Miss Foote the car.
She was supposed to go to the store.
Where were you first?
We was at a mutual friend's house. We was there for a birthday party for a little kid. I had showed up later on, and then...
What date was it?
March 17, 2007.
And I assume you knew her before?
Yes.
How long have you known each other?
For about 1.5 years, close to 2.
Just friends?
Yes.
Great. Okay, so go.
So I had let her borrow my car. She was supposed to go to the store. Now, in order...
Did she ask you to borrow the car?
Actually, we had needed to go on a store run, and I did not feel like going out. I had just came back from driving all day, so I did not feel like going out, so I had let Megan borrow the car.
Well, tell me how it came about.
We was talking, we was in a room, and then everybody was like, we need to go to the store. So I'm like,
What did you have to get?
We had to get cigarettes and beer.
Okay, go ahead.
And then I had let her borrow the car.
I still haven't heard how that came about. Somebody said we need cigarettes and beer.
Okay, we was talking, everybody was talking. I'm sitting there saying, I'm not going to the store. So then she has said, I'll go to the store, you know I'm good. And I said, Meg, I said, are you sure you straight? She was like, Cal, I'm good. So I let her borrow the car.
Oh, okay. So everybody had been drinking,
No, not everybody, no.
but you asked her whether she was okay.
Yes.
Anybody been doing drugs that evening?
No.
Smoking a little?
No.
Just beer?
Yes, beer and cigarettes.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so then she had asked me to borrow the car to go to the
To
store.
go. She said, I'll go.
Yes.
And I'm good.
Yes.
Which means that she was
Yes.
together enough to go.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So then she went to the store, and now from the house that we was at to go to the store, it takes about 10 to 15 minutes to go to the store and back. So I had noticed my car hadn't been back in about a half an hour, so then I started to worry. And then so I had started to eat me some soup. Then after I finished the soup, I had noticed that my car still wasn't back. And then so one of my friends, female friends, had came over, and she was like, are you still waiting for your car? And I said, yes. And she was like, well, I think your car might have been involved in an accident up the block. And I was like, oh, no. So then I hopped in my friend.
Okay, and you found the car. Whatever. All right, you didn't witness the car accident, but you were there.
Yes, ma'am.
Were you on your way to the store or from the store?
I was on my way from the store.
On your way back to the party?
Yes.
And what did you have in the car?
I had actually gone to pick up my roommate, and he was supposed to pick her up from work that evening. He had gotten intoxicated and forgot.
Who?
She had Calvin.
Was supposed to pick up your friend?
Yes.
Your Honor.
Fine. What about this beer and cigarette run?
We had gone to pick up cigarettes at the
Who
store.
did?
Me and my roommate.
So first you picked up your roommate.
Correct.
And then you went to pick up beer and cigarettes.
Cigarettes. There was
Just
no
cigarettes?
beer to be picked up. No.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
And then you were on your way home.
We were on our way back to the party.
How far from the party were you? About a block?
Probably a minute to 2 minutes away. A few blocks.
So tell me what happened.
I was driving. The steering had malfunctioned. Let me get over here. The steering had malfunctioned probably about around here, where the car had gone into the mailbox. One of my passengers that was sitting in the front passenger seat had stated that I was going to hit a mailbox.
Don't tell me what anybody stated to you.
So the car swerved this way. It had swerved back to the other side of the road. Then it went over to the other side again and had gone up on the grass, hit the telephone pole, and that's about all I remember because I was knocked unconscious.
You have a driver's license?
Yes, I do.
You have a car?
Not at the time, no, I did not have a vehicle.
Did you ever have a vehicle?
Yes.
What happened to the car?
I had sold it because of personal issues.
Sold it why?
I had been going, I'm a single mother, and I was more concerned about caring for my child at the time. The car was not in my expenses. It wasn't in my means at the time, so I sold the vehicle so I was able to accommodate my son as properly needed.
You work?
Yes, I do.
How do you get to work?
I have a vehicle now. I went and purchased a vehicle about a couple months ago.
This happened in March.
Correct.
A couple of months ago is April, May.
Right. I purchased a vehicle in May.
When had you sold your other vehicle?
That was, what, November of 2006?
From November until 2006 until May, what did you do?
I had family members helping me out. My brother
mean?
lent me his car every now and then.
Well, how did you get to work every day?
I would have my family members drop me off to work.
Who do you live with?
I live with my roommate.
She talks very, very fast on her feet.
Yana,
But I don't believe everything that you're saying to me. You understand that?
Yes, I do.
You understand that? You know, because if something doesn't make sense, there's always that slight hesitation.
Right.
So you can always tell when somebody is giving you a line.
Right.
Making things up as they're going. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes, I do.
Perfect. Okay, where's the car now?
The car is total.
Total?
Yes, and I have pictures also right here showing
I'd like
that it's
to see
total. And also I have an invoice from the place where it was totaled at, stating that it was a total loss.
Well, it certainly is a total loss. Did you replace it?
No.
You know what the blue book is on it?
Yes, I have it right here.
I'd like to see it.
There we go, right there. And also, Your Honor, just to make you aware, in that area is a 30-mile-per-hour zone, and I have pictures of that showing that it's a 30-mile-per-hour zone.
I'd like to see that.
Yes.
Because this wasn't a 30-mile-per-hour accident.
No way.
Now, how fast were you going?
To be honest with you, I don't really recall, but I was never given a speeding ticket.
Were you taken to the hospital?
I refused the ambulance ride because I didn't know what kind of situation he had as far as insurance. I didn't want to put him into financial debt.
What, are you kidding me? You didn't go to the hospital because you probably had a high blood alcohol level.
I was never given a sobriety test.
I didn't ask you that.
Also, Your Honor, I have in my police report where it says that she has slid 144 feet.
I see.
Also, if you was doing about 50 miles per hour, you would have been able to stop at around 175
Well, you don't have
feet.
any expert testimony. She doesn't have any expert witness, do you? Are you a mechanic?
No, ma'am.
You're the friend. You're not a mechanic, are you? You have any proof that there was something wrong with his car?
No, I do not. Your Honor?
What?
I do have an eyewitness that was in the vehicle with me that saw the steering malfunction and lock up on me.
Before or after you slammed on the brakes?
Before.
Oh, really? Love to hear that witness. Love to hear that witness.
Do I stand up?
Are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to do this? The question is...
I was there.
Are
and
you
I did
sure
see
you want to do this, is my
Yeah.
question. Fine.
Yes.
Over here. Your last name?
Rosado.
Miss Rosado, what arrangements had you made to go to the party?
Went to work and I was like, you know what, there's a birthday party, I can go to the party after work.
I said, what arrangements had you made to go to the party?
She was gonna come pick me up.
Now, what would possibly give her the impression that he was supposed to pick you up?
He had told me that day, he had dropped me off that morning to work.
Was there anything wrong with the car?
Not that morning.
How many times has he taken you to work?
A couple of times.
How many is a couple? A couple is two.
Maybe 4 or 5 times.
How many other times have you been in his car?
A lot of times.
Ever had any steering problems?
One time we were in the vehicle and he was like, did you guys feel that? It was his car basically what he was trying to say was his car was messed up when we was in the car.
Don't tell me basically what he was trying to say, madam. Tell me about what happened.
We was in the car one day and we was driving on the highway. I believe they was on the highway. And we was on the highway and he was like, wow, did you guys feel that? He's like, I have to get my car fixed.
When was that?
The day before we had the accident.
But it had nothing to do with the steering.
Maybe not. I'm not sure. I don't know nothing about cars, Your Honor.
Listen to me. The day before the accident, so he said to you, wow, something's wrong with the car. But yet you got in the car that morning for him to take you to work.
That's true.
Why would you put your life in your hands like that?
Don't know.
Only a stupid person would do that. You're not a stupid person, are you?
No.
Now, you want to tell me what you observed on the 17th of March?
We was in the vehicle. We was driving on Pritchard, which is the road.
How fast were you going?
I don't know, Your Honor.
Well, let me ask you this. Were you going 30 miles an hour, 40 miles an hour, 60 miles an hour?
I wasn't the passenger. I was in the back seat. I wasn't looking at the speedometer.
You don't have to look at the speedometer to know whether you were going 30 miles an hour or 60 miles an hour.
I wasn't paying attention, Your Honor.
Perfect. Then you can sit down. You weren't paying attention. I'm not interested in what you have to say. Anything else you wanted to say to me?
Yes, he signed up for an insurance policy where he knew he was only covered for him to drive his vehicle if anything were to happen in a situation like this. My question is, why would you let someone use your car when you know you're not insured if anything were to happen in your vehicle?
The question is whether you were driving negligently.
No, Your Honor, I wasn't.
That was sort of a rhetorical question. There's no question in my mind that you were speeding. Based upon the damage to this vehicle, there's no question in my mind that you were going over and above the speed limit. There's also no question in my mind that you had had something to drink that night. It's irrelevant, therefore, whether or not he had insurance that covered you. And if you got hurt, you shouldn't have driven too fast, and you shouldn't have had anything to drink while you were driving. That's the price that you pay when you act stupid. Meanwhile, you have to replace his car. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000, that's all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I think it was an unfair ruling, but there's nothing I could do at this point.
I'm happy with it. I'm very happy.
I was knocked unconscious at the scene. I had serious bruising.
It looked awful. That's all I can say. It was very bad.
I had not been drinking.
It was definitely reckless driving and also speeding.
Screaming, telling me that I was dead to him and all this other nonsense.
I was very upset.
If it was such a good friendship to begin with, it should have never been brought to a level like this. It should have been handled outside of a courtroom.
Hopefully we can move past this. You know, if she doesn't want to, hey, what can I say?
If you allow somebody to live with you for 13 months and do not collect utilities from them on a regular basis, I'm not going to waste my precious time, 2 graduate degrees, and go over month to month Con Edison bills.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of O'Henley versus Debnam. Step forward.
Brenda O'Henley and her brother Daniel are suing their former tenant, Jared Debnam, for unpaid rent and utilities. Jared says his living arrangements were substandard, so he's not paying.
You are brother and sister, is that correct? Yes. You bought a condo together?
Yes, 2 years ago.
You live together?
Yes.
Great. Wonderful. Yeah. Get along?
Yep. Yeah.
Work
for the
together,
most
too.
part.
Fabulous. How much was this condo?
It was $770,000. It's now worth $950,000.
Perfect. So you bought this condo and you did a very foolish thing. You decided to take in a third roommate.
Yes.
That would be you. And according to your complaint, he owes you a whole bunch of money for rent and primarily for rent and utilities. Mr. Debnam says, well, there was never really a formal agreement about him paying so much per month, and he's got a whole host of other problems that he encountered while living with you. You moved a girlfriend in shortly after he moved in, so he didn't feel as if that was right. There was a leak, and some of his clothes got moldy, right?
Correct.
Have you always lived in the United States of America?
Yes, I have.
So you know that this is what we call a free country.
Correct.
If you don't like something or if you don't like a place where you're living, what can you do?
Choose to move on?
Right. You don't choose to stay, kvetch, and don't pay. You move on to where there isn't a girlfriend, where there isn't a leak, where there isn't mold, but you don't stay and don't pay. Now, you lived there for a year, and you did pay some money in a bulk. You know, you didn't pay it by month because you were sort of not working, whatever. You got a check, and you gave them $4,000.
Well, that was just a part of the check from one of my financial aid checks.
Did you have your own bedroom?
Yes.
Did you have your own bathroom?
No.
Who did you share the bathroom with?
Everybody that used the house. As far as the communal upstairs bathroom, so it wasn't just my bathroom.
And what were you supposed to pay a month?
Before we moved in, I told him, being a graduating senior, that my money was based solely upon receiving periodic financial aid checks, at which time I told him this is how I'd be able to pay him whatever money. And so he knew about this situation before.
Tell me what he knew.
He knew that I would be getting financial aid checks each semester.
Fine.
And
So
that
you
from
could
those
get a-
checks, I would pay him what I could towards the money for living at his place.
Without any set amount? So you could have given him, let's say, $500 for 6 months, and that would have been okay.
No, Your Honor. He wanted to pay, or come to a limit to pay $750 a month.
Ah, okay. You know, I knew if you let you talk long enough, if I let you talk long enough, eventually we were going to get someplace close to the truth, sir. So, according to you, he wanted $750 a month, which you agreed to pay when you got your financial aid checks.
Correct.
How much did you give him?
A little less than $7,500 total.
So that would be for 10 months. Did he give you $7,500?
Overtime, yes.
So how much do you think he owes you?
I've come up with about $6,000.
For what?
Well, it was $750 plus utilities and a sticker for him to park his car. I actually have a breakdown of the whole payment history that I
don't need the
received.
whole payment history. If you acknowledge that he paid you $7,500, that's for 10 months. That means he owes you 3 months' rent, which is $2,250.
Well, do you not include utilities in that?
That does not include utilities,
Our
sir.
agreement included utilities.
Show me in writing.
It was a verbal agreement.
Well, what I'm telling you is, if you allow somebody to live with you for 13 months and do not collect utilities from them on a regular basis, I'm not going to waste my precious time, 2 graduate degrees, and go over month-to-month Con Edison bills. What I'm telling you is, if you got $750 a month from him, Mr. O'Henley, we wouldn't be standing here today.
Exactly.
Okay.
But
And that's exactly what I'm going to give you. $750 a month for 13 months. He's already paid you for 10, which means he owes you $2,250. Now, is there any reason why I shouldn't enter a judgment in that amount, sir?
This for the living condition that I was provided with when living at this place. This is why he didn't receive, or what I feel he got paid, the full amount of what I was provided living at this place.
That's why we talked about a free country,
Correct.
Mr. Debnam.
Correct. And so that was my
you
only
who?
complaint.
Who is the person that's raising her hand that's irritating
I would
me?
agree. Except I just didn't have the opportunity.
Who is the person raising their hand that's irritating me?
This is my fiance. And she's the person who lived with me at this place, not lived, but came and stayed at my place.
So it wasn't only his girlfriend that stayed. Your girlfriend stayed too.
I'm sorry.
Just a second.
4 or 5 days a week.
So it wasn't only his girlfriend that stayed. It was your girlfriend that stayed.
My girlfriend would come there every other weekend and spend the weekend. Correct.
So she stayed. And if she didn't like living there because of the cold and the mold, she wouldn't have come. Okay. Right?
Right.
Should have gone to her house. Why not stand there and kvetch, sir, that you didn't like the circumstances and you stayed anyway? Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,250. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
It is kind of unfortunate that somebody could treat a friend, as he called us, this way and put us in the hole like he had.
Whale is suing her former tenant, 27-year-old Megan Gray, for unpaid rent and damage to her home. Donna says she evicted Megan because she's an abusive mother.
All rise.
Yes, case number 9 on the calendar, the matter of Whale versus Gray.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated, sir. Have a seat, please.
Miss Whale, you met the defendant at a gym. Was she your trainer?
Yes.
And then she became your tenant. She and her children moved into a basement apartment that you have.
Yes.
According to your complaint, when she left, she owed you rent, and she also owed you for some babysitting services.
Yes.
Ms. Gray says she paid rent while she was there. She owes you nothing, and she is counterclaiming because she says you failed to give her any notice of your intention to terminate the tenancy, unceremoniously packed her things and put them outside, and some of her things were ruined. And she also wants moving expenses because you put her out in the street with her children in the middle of the month. So she's counterclaiming.
Yes.
When did she move into your apartment?
August 15th.
And according to what I read, when she moved in, you did not pay any rent for August.
No, ma'am, I did not.
And Ms. Whale, according to what I gather from your complaint, you sort of agreed to waive August's rent.
No, that's not correct.
Yes, I believe you did.
I have a...
Shh. Between August 15th or 19th, when she moved in, and December, when you put her out, when did you demand that she pay the 2 weeks in August?
We spoke about it on a regular basis.
Really?
That is not correct.
Shh, just a minute. I don't think I believe that.
I have a witness who...
Who's that?
Stephen Rose. He'll testify otherwise.
Fine. But I don't think that you expected rent from her for August. Did she pay rent in September?
Yes.
Did she pay rent in October?
Yes.
Did she pay rent in November?
Yes.
How much did she pay a month?
$600.
Correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Did she pay December's rent?
She did with a check that she bounced.
Shh. Don't say anything. When did she pay December's rent?
On the 13th. She was late all the time.
But she paid your rent on December 13th. When did you put her out?
The 15th.
Well, if you put her out, why did you cash her check for December?
Because she owed me for the first 2 weeks that she was there.
No, she didn't.
She was...
No, she didn't. I mean, I read your complaint. You say that you didn't like the way she treated her child, you didn't like her comings and goings, and you decided to get her out. When did you tell her you were putting her out?
We tried to get a hold of her all that day, and she was speaking about moving out
is not
for
true,
weeks.
Your Honor.
Shh. Listen, if you interrupt again, I'm going to find in her favor, which is not going to be easy for me, but I don't like shouting out.
Excuse me.
You had been trying to get in touch with her all day. All day is not what a landlord does. A landlord gives a tenant notice.
Your Honor, she had been telling me that she was moving out for weeks.
Whether she tells you she's moving out or not, she paid you rent for the month of December, anticipating that you would have a place to live in the month of December. 2 days later, you kicked her out and went to cash her check. And she canceled the check because you kicked her out, and now you're suing her for the month of December's rent. I mean, that's outrageous. Outrageous. So she doesn't owe you any rent. I'm finding that right now. And because of what you did by throwing her out in the middle of the month without any notice, she doesn't owe you anything for the 2 weeks that she lived there in December. Nothing. Let's go to child care. Explain the child care scenario to me.
I went through the motions of becoming certified so that she could get assistance from the state for child care. and the state paid a portion. Her ex-husband paid his portion.
State paid how much?
It was different according to the months because she worked different hours.
When did you start babysitting for her?
The second she moved in.
In August?
Yes.
When did you become certified?
The process was a few months.
Did they pay you retroactively?
No, they paid me along the way because they said since I was in the process of becoming certified, then that was fine with them.
How many children do you have?
I have 3 children.
And you were watching all 3 children?
From time to time, yes. One of them was in kindergarten for part of the time.
Well, what was your financial arrangement?
That the rest of it would be paid by her and her ex. They were going to split that. Her ex always paid me, she didn't.
Is that correct?
Your Honor, I have this as evidence in a long letter that she wrote to me. Number 5, I have highlighted, you save hundreds of dollars a month because I am willing to trade your portion of child care fees for training at the gym.
Can I see it, please?
Can
I see that?
Agreed to.
She did not honor that part.
That's not true.
Shh. Well, that's what you say. You say you are trading as of November 2006. You save hundreds of dollars because I'm willing to trade your portion of child care fees for training at the gym.
Which didn't happen.
Well, it may not have happened, but you didn't say that here. As of November 7th, you had agreed that she was doing this trade with you. You didn't say you could have saved hundreds of dollars because I was willing to trade, but you didn't give me the training. You say you save hundreds of dollars monthly because I'm willing to trade your portion of child care fees for training at the gym. That's as of November. And you put her out in December. That's what it says. What else does she owe you for?
Damage to the property.
What kind of damage to the property?
Carpet that has to be replaced, which I'm not charging her for. I'm just charging her for the cleaning of the carpet, as well as wall damage.
You have pictures of the damage?
I don't. I have estimates for it.
You must be very angry with her for some reason.
I am not.
Because
I
don't
just want
see,
what's
because
rightly
quite
mine.
frankly, I don't see a case here. She came to live with you in August. She paid September, October, November, and December's rent. You put her out in December, in the middle of the month. She stopped payment on the check, which was the absolute right thing to do. You had an agreement with her that in addition to the substantial living that you were making as a result of watching the children and the state paying for it, and you were getting additional money from the ex-husband to cover unreimbursed portions, you were bartering the service with her, which you acknowledged that you were bartering for training at the gym.
Which she didn't honor.
Well, you don't say that here in a letter that you sent to her in November. And if all you have to do after she moved out is clean the carpet, sounds to me as if it's just fine. Is it a legal apartment that you have there?
No.
It's not a legal apartment?
No.
Then you're not entitled to any rent. If it's not a legal apartment, but she's entitled to it, she's entitled to all of her rent back. That's what happens when you rent an illegal apartment to somebody with 3 children. You are counterclaiming because you say that she put you out in the middle of the month. She absolutely did. Where did you go?
Yes, ma'am. It was blizzard, snowing outside. I went to my friend's house that lives across the street, and I slept on her couch. I was not able to get my children back from the end of the weekend from my ex-husband for several days because I had nowhere to put my children.
Are the children with you now?
Yes, ma'am.
Because according to the plaintiff, she called Child Protective Services and reported what she considered abuse or neglect on your part. So I assume there was an investigation. Was there?
No, ma'am, there was not an investigation, but there was abuse on her part to my children, I feel, Your Honor.
Well, you don't talk about that here. I don't understand why this lady came to court, quite frankly. She's exposed herself terribly. Don't you know that you're not allowed to charge rent for an illegal apartment?
She was going to be out on the street. I was helping her out.
Well, you can help her out. You can help her out and let her stay in your basement.
I couldn't let her stay
No,
in my
listen to me.
basement.
You can help her out and let her stay in your basement, but you can't charge rent. You cannot rent an illegal apartment unless you have a certificate of occupancy for the apartment. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Perfect. You're not allowed to put somebody out. She's suing you for $1,300. Your claim is dismissed. Her counterclaim is granted. $1,300 for the defendant. That's all.
Thank
Step
you, Your
out.
Honor.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Well, I needed to ask her to leave because she was locking her son under the stairs.
I didn't lock him there and, leave him there.
In a teeny little cubby in a storage space with no heat and no light.
That's not true. I did not lock him in this tiny little place under the stairs.
I couldn't have that abuse going on in my home anymore.
There was a big, big space under the stairs, but it's a huge house. It was a huge place.
It was about neglect. She just wanted to party, and she wanted to have somebody watch her kids 24/7.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Lusk versus Rothrock. Step forward.
19-year-old Rebecca Lusk is suing party guest 19-year-old Jeffrey Rothrock for denting her vehicle during a wrestling match with another guest.
Miss Lusk, it is your claim that the defendant is responsible for denting your car during a fight.
Yes.
Defendant's position is that it was the other guy who was really responsible, some guy named Charlie.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you witness this altercation?
I saw that when he was actually thrown into the car.
I'd like you to tell me what happened. First, when it happened, or where you were when it happened?
I was in the house up in my room with my best
Where?
friend.
In your house, where? What jurisdiction?
It was nighttime, and
Jurisdiction, that means where? That means the place.
in upstairs, the upstairs part of in the house.
Were you in Colorado,
Oh,
Massachusetts?
Fountain Valley.
And where is Fountain Valley?
In Orange County, right
In
next
California.
to Huntington Beach, yes.
And at what time did this happen?
I think it was about 10:30 at night.
And did you know Mr. Rothrock before?
No, I had not known him prior to that night.
What were you doing there that evening, sir?
I was with a couple of my friends, and we were going there for a party.
Were you having a party that night?
No, he went to dinner with one of my roommates. She was going with some friends from high school to dinner that night. And then they came over after dinner.
So there was a little gathering at your house?
Yeah, it was only about 8 people, though.
I said a little gathering at your house. And you were upstairs in your room?
Yes, I had gotten off work that night.
Go ahead, let me hear.
So I had gotten off work and I was in my room watching TV with my roommate. We lived in the master bedroom, not her. And she was leaving. She went outside, my witness. She said they were fighting.
Who was fighting?
He and Charlie.
And whose friend is he?
He's Tina, who he was with that night, my roommate. They were with her.
And Charlie was her friend?
Yes.
Go ahead.
She came upstairs to get me and said that they were fighting near my car.
What were you fighting with Charlie about?
Well, it started with a wrestling match, and then
You were out to dinner that evening with him?
actually I didn't go to dinner with Charlie. Prior to that, I probably only knew Charlie. I met him one time before that.
So it started with a wrestling match?
Yeah.
Which you did not see?
No.
Well, why don't you tell me about the wrestling match, Mr. Rothrock?
Okay, so
Tongue twister.
we're in the backyard.
Wrestling match, Mr. Rothrock. Go ahead.
Okay, we were in the backyard, and just basically he was saying a lot of like untrue statements that night, and I kind of laughed at one, and because he said that he could beat anyone in a wrestling match there, and he was a former wrestler, and so he challenged me to a wrestling match, and I wrestled him, and then it got broken
Okay,
up.
so he challenged you, and you said okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Had you been drinking that night?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what about Charlie?
Yes, he was too.
And how old are you, sir?
I'm 19.
Are you allowed to drink in California at age 19?
No, Your Honor.
Where'd you get the liquor from? Is not an answer.
Sorry, Your Honor. Someone that night bought it.
Who bought it?
I really don't know. It was
Where did
there.
you consume it? Is not an answer.
Sorry.
Don't think. Tell the truth.
Probably
then you
about-
don't have to have a good memory.
Probably about an hour after I got there.
Where did you consume it?
In the backyard and in the kitchen.
So when you were drinking in the backyard, that's when you and Charlie decided to have this wrestling match.
Yes, Your Honor.
Keep going.
Okay, so that got broken up, and then
Makes it so easy.
We went again, and that got broken up too.
Okay, so you wrestled twice.
And then
Who won the first match?
He won the first match, and I won the second match.
So he pinned you first.
Yes.
Then you pinned him second. Aren't you impressed that an old broad like me understands that term? Let me hear.
Okay, he wanted to wrestle again, and I was pretty much physically exhausted, and so I didn't agree to it, and I honestly don't know how, but probably 30 seconds after we started fighting, and then that got broken up. And immediately after that, I'm not sure who it was, but some owners of the house pretty much stated that they didn't want me to be there anymore, so I left, and I went to the front of the house to wait for my friends, and we were going to go home, and people came outside, and Charlie was one of them, and he had his shirt off, and he was getting in my face, kind of, clenching his fists and stuff, and he kind of tackled me.
How do you kind of tackle somebody?
He speared me.
What has speared you?
He wrapped my legs up and put his upper body into my stomach, and that's how I fell into the car.
Is that what you saw?
No, ma'am.
You want to come up here and tell me what you saw? First, tell me your name.
I'm Lindsay Gardner. I'm Becca's best friend.
All right, Miss Gardner, tell me what you saw.
I was actually leaving the house when they...
What had you been doing that evening?
I was hanging out with Becca. She had just gotten off work, and I was in the area, so I just came over to say hi.
Okay.
So
what had you been doing that evening?
I was working as well.
So you weren't drinking?
No.
Only they were drinking?
We were both sober.
Yeah.
We weren't drinking.
Go ahead.
I was leaving. The defendant was outside. Charlie and he were verbally abusing each other, talking very loudly outside. That's when I went back upstairs and grabbed Becca and said, there's going to be a fight out in front of your house. And it's out in front of the house. It wasn't in the backyard. This is where the fight had occurred. I went out, and then the fight had turned physical. And I was screaming at the top of my lungs, stop, stop, take this somewhere else. You're getting too close to her vehicle, stop. It was the only one there. And from then I saw the defendant. It looked like he pushed Charlie into the car, because if you saw what the car looked like, it's not like it's just a little push. It was like you needed force to make the damage on the car.
Got it. And who are you?
My name's Drew Adzovich.
You're Drew what?
Adzovich, and I was there the night that it happened. I was with him, actually, and...
Were you drinking, too?
I only had, we got there late, so I only had maybe, a beer or two.
Beer or two. Where did you have the beer or two?
In the backyard.
How old are you?
21 now.
But you were 20
I was 20
then.
at the time, though, yeah.
Yeah. Who brought the alcohol?
I don't remember. I think it was there. I think it was at the house. Because I knew the girl at the house. I went to high school with her, and that's how we went down there. And then
Did you go out for dinner with Charlie?
No, I don't really like that guy, to tell you the truth.
I'm beginning not to like him either. Go ahead, let me hear.
Yeah, so then, like you said, what happened in the backyard, they kind of...
Get the backyard, go to the front.
Well, when I was outside, Charlie came up to me and he was trying to apologize to him. And he wasn't having it. He was like, no, just leave me alone. And he kept trying to and kept going.
Who kept trying?
Charlie. He kept pushing the issue. And Jeff...
Apologizing.
Apologizing. And then finally he got mad. And like he said, he clenched his fist, and then he just tackled him, and he fell back. And that's why the dent was so big. It's because he fell backwards into the car,
and
to be exact.
You didn't see anybody on the ground?
No, it was chaotic. You know how fights happen.
You didn't hear this young lady say, take it someplace else?
No,
Look at me.
She wasn't even out there.
This young lady wasn't out there?
Oh, I didn't see her. I'm talking about the owner.
I'm not talking about the owner. I'm talking about this little lady right here.
I
You didn't see her out
It was
there?
too chaotic. When fights happen, you don't see everything that happens.
Excuse me? What did you say?
When fights happen, it's so chaotic, you don't remember, you don't see what happens.
Right, sit down, thank you. Mr. Rothrock.
Yes, Your
You
Honor.
are responsible, sir, for what happened to her car. If you believe that Charlie, too, was responsible for what happened to the car, sue him. She doesn't have to go find Charlie. She's got you. Do you understand? That's what they call, in legalese, impleading. You could implead Charlie in this action, and you could have said, listen, I'm partially responsible because I was drunk and stupid and I shouldn't have been drinking. He's partially responsible, so maybe we should each pay half. But the plaintiff doesn't have to go against both of you. She can only go against one of you if she wishes. And she chose you. I don't care why. You got to pay. And if you think Charlie should be partially responsible, sue him. I'm here every day. How much did it cost you to fix your car?
$1,197.54.
You have the bill?
Yes.
What kind of car is it?
2004 BMW.
Nice car.
Yes.
Who works?
I do.
You pay for it yourself?
Yes.
Good girl. Proud of you.
Thank you.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,197.54.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
It's horrible, dude.
I think it was a great decision. I think if the other guy was here, he should have been punished too.
Charlie was the one that honestly pushed me into the car.
18-year-old Jessica Grossheim is suing her boyfriend's ex-girlfriend, 18-year-old Amber Snyder, for vandalizing her car and for assaulting her during a party.
All rise.
Yeah, this is case number 21 on the calendar, the matter of Grossheim versus Snyder.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks have a seat.
Where's the boyfriend? He's your boyfriend. You dated him for a while.
Yeah.
And now the two of you are fighting with each other. Yeah. Isn't that ridiculous? That is so ridiculous. Stand up. How are you related to this case?
She's my daughter.
And this is her boyfriend. Do you like him?
Love him.
Do you love him?
Love him.
Let me see if I love him.
He's a great kid.
Your first name is?
Kevin.
How old are you, Kevin?
I'm 18.
What do you do?
I work at Starbucks. I'm a barista.
When did you graduate from high school?
07.
And how long have you worked at Starbucks?
About 4, maybe 5 weeks.
What did you do before that?
Before that, I was a full-time student at Pierce College.
And what happened?
I needed money and I needed to work, so I cut my time at school so I could work and
And
pay
you go
bills.
to school too?
Mm-hmm.
How many credits are you taking?
Right now, 12.
And you're working at Starbucks to make money?
Yes.
So far, I'm loving him. Who do you live with?
My dad.
Get along okay?
Yeah.
Good. Anybody else live with you?
No.
Just the two of you?
Yeah, I left my mom's house when I was about 13.
And you've been with your dad for the last 5 years?
Yeah.
What college do you go to?
Pierce College.
Do okay?
Yeah, pretty good.
And this is your girlfriend?
Yes.
There came a time when you broke up and you were dating Miss Snyder?
I saw Jessica for about 3 years, from 9th grade through 11th. After that, we broke up for about, I would say maybe a year. In that time, I was best friends with Amber. And then we dated for about, I'd say maybe a week to 2 weeks.
When you say dated, does that mean from being friends you were intimate for about a week?
We were intimate for a little longer than that, but the actual name, girlfriend, boyfriend.
Was a week?
Probably, I think it was about a week.
Nothing to build a lifetime on?
No.
And then you went back to your girlfriend?
Yeah, a few months after.
Could do worse? Sit down. It is your claim that Miss Snyder has twice vandalized your car and assaulted you.
Yes.
Ms. Snyder says that she did not vandalize your car and that she really doesn't remember the assault because she was too drunk, if I'm reading your answer correctly.
I don't remember who started the fight, but I remember
You remember being in a fight, but you don't remember how it started.
the tussling on the ground.
Okay. Why don't you tell me when your car was vandalized?
It happened twice. And the first time, I believe it happened August 24th or August 25th, one of those.
Of 07.
Yes. I was at my friend Alexis's house, who's here with me right now, and she had some people over. Kevin came, and Amber and I believe Cameron, which is her other witness, dropped Kevin off. And
To drop him off?
Yes. They weren't invited. Amber later came back and picked up Kevin, and in the morning when I woke up, my car was keyed. Everybody at that house, like I was really good friends with for years.
So you think it was the defendant?
Yes, and everybody, I know they're not here with me right now, but people agree.
I'm a witness.
Is that the only evidence that you have that Ms. Snyder keyed your car?
For the keying, yes.
So you understand that that's not sufficient evidence?
Yes.
Okay, so that incident that happened on the 24th or the 25th of August is dismissed. What's next?
Okay, so even prior to that, she was...
Go prior.
Okay, well, after that also, she was calling Kevin, threatening to, my car, to me up if I was around. She wouldn't come anywhere if I was there, and she was complaining that I was stealing all of her friends from her when it was really her who was keeping herself from coming. She actually have MySpace messages that she posted. Would you like to read them? Okay. I would
like to know what this has to do with the second act of vandalism.
Well, she was telling me to watch my back. She was calling me a stupid. She wrote, "I won't hesitate to smash your ugly face in. You seriously hope you should never see me." She admitted that this was about me, said that the next time she sees me, she will make a move. She's not scared of anyone, and everybody knows that she can beat my... We could ask anyone.
Just a second. Can we get to the second act of vandalism on your car?
Yes, this all ties into it, because this is what she wrote on MySpace, and then it happened. She was calling Kevin constantly, saying, "Why the f- is that car at your house? What the f- is she doing over there?" Like, that happened multiple times.
I understand that she's using some profanity. You don't have to keep using it.
Sorry. So she basically had the motive and the opportunity to mess with my things.
Okay, so that also, you understand, is not evidence.
Yeah.
Now let's get to the assault.
Well, I guess it ties into what I was telling you before. She actually got in a physical fight with her, Alexis, because she was defending me in this message. And after that, I saw her at multiple parties. Alex, which will probably deny it, came over to me telling me to leave the parties because Amber's threatening to kick my, butt or whatever.
Those aren't my exact words.
No, well, those aren't her exact words, but she was telling me to leave because of Amber. It happened multiple times. I stayed away from her. One party, a whole bunch of her friends were holding her back. She threatened to spit on me.
Would you tell me what happened with regard to the assault, please?
Okay, so the final actual assault that happened.
Date?
March 7th. Yeah, March 7th. One of our friends were having a party, and we were both there, and it was really big. There were lots of rooms, lots of people there. Well, at one point in the night, she walked by me and, pushed me, with her shoulder, and I told her not to push me. She got in my face, said she could push me if she wants to. There was some, profanity in there. One of my guy friends broke us up. Well, not really broke us up. He just stood to make sure nothing happens. Well, closer to the end of the night, she had ran over to Kevin and was telling him, no, you better take, your whatever girlfriend outside. I'm gonna beat her face in, or whatever she was saying. And then Kevin, literally dragged me outside. She ran out there with a bottle of something in her hand. She was in my face. We were both yelling at each other. I told her to put the bottle down, because in the past, she has actually smashed bottles over people's heads.
And present.
Yes, and present. And it's ironic, because she actually did it to her boyfriend that she has now, to his ex-girlfriend a few weeks ago. And it's the truth.
Just tell me what happened to you.
So she was yelling at me. She put the bottle down. I went to turn around. She punched me in the face, where we ended up on the floor punching, hitting, kicking each other.
Just a second. Well, that's a fight.
Yes.
But she put her hands on you first.
Yes. She punched me when I turned around.
Were you injured?
I had bruises and I had some scratches on my face.
Yeah.
And I have a chiropractor bill also.
I'd like to see it.
Okay.
Ms. Snyder, you understand that you have lots of questions to answer for me.
Yes.
Sorry. Your Honor, can I say something as well?
About
the all the assaults that were going on?
I'm only here about one assault.
Well, it was one physical assault, but there was many threats.
I'm not interested in the threats. I'm here about this assault.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I don't think it was intentional. I think
Of course it was intentional. I don't care. Listen to me. I don't care about what the operation of your mind is. All you tell me is what you saw and what you heard.
Time says her boyfriend's ex-girlfriend, Amber Snyder, vandalized her car and assaulted her during a party. Amber denies the vandalism and claims Jessica started the fight.
What I want to know, Miss Snyder, is why, and it's clear to me, you're angry with her.
Very.
Why?
Because just animosity built up from, me and her became friends after all the vandalizing happened. And we became friends for about, I'd say December to March. And I mean, we hung out, we called each other. It wasn't just, it's okay to hang out. We actually called each other on our own cell phones. And then she was
and this was after.
This was after the vandalizing happened.
This was after.
I have proof that we weren't friends. Right here.
Hey, she didn't interrupt you. You're not to interrupt her. Do we understand each other? This was after you and Kevin were no longer seeing each other. So this is in March.
This started in December and then it ended in March. Then we made an agreement where she was like, okay, well, I'd rather have your friendship over Kevin. And I was like, okay. And then
so she said to you, I prefer having a friendship with you and not being with Kevin.
Yeah.
And then she went back to Kevin.
Yeah, and then it was
just a second. And that's why you're angry.
Yeah, because I like being friends with her. And then it was downhill.
What's your first name, Amber?
Yeah.
Amber, listen to me very carefully, sweetheart. Men are never worth fighting over.
As I've heard from a lot of people now.
Get one, find another one. Do you understand? Never worth two women fighting over. It's demeaning. Second, I think that as much as he's a very nice guy, the fact that he was intimate with this young lady for a week shows just a little bit of a flaw in his character. A little bit of a flaw, because she clearly thought that she was a more important person in his, put your hand down, more important person in his life than he did. Women tend to hold on to that feeling. You understand that?
I've been with my husband since I was 16, so.
So you get it?
I get it.
You get it.
But I would never fight over a man.
Oh, yeah, it's ridiculous. Fight the man. Beat him up.
But, Your Honor, she wasn't fighting over him. She was.
No, I understand that.
Okay.
You want to get married? I never understand why they go after the new girlfriend. They ought to go after the husband. That's what they should go after. What are they going after the new girlfriend for? Listen, I don't know whether you vandalized her car. Only you know whether you vandalized her car. If you did it, whether you did it alone or with your friends, only you know that. Unfortunately, in a courtroom setting, we have proof, and that doesn't rise to the level of proof. So now you're going to tell me that you don't remember how this fight got started on March 7th.
I do remember all the yelling, and then, I don't know, I admit that I was maybe a little too drunk, and I just blacked out, and all of a sudden I remember being pulled to the ground and her being on top of me.
I was with her that night, and I witnessed the whole thing, and I had not had a sip of alcohol.
Then, just a second, then come up here and I'm going to hear you. Tell me your name.
I'm Alex DiLorenzo.
Okay.
Okay. A lot of things Jessica was saying about that night are true. When she was walking by, Amber did brush her on her shoulder. There's obviously tension.
What's a brush? Explain to me what a brush is.
Sorry if I'm not using the right words.
No, I want to know what a brush is.
When they were walking by.
Is it a body thing?
So yeah, like a hit on the shoulder, and it's kind of like a get out of my way. They were both in the room. They don't like each other. They've had problems in the past. So
just listen to me. She body Englished her.
I don't think it was intentional. I think
of course it was intentional. I don't care. Listen to me. I don't care what you think.
Okay.
I don't care about what the operation of your mind is. All you tell me is what you saw and what you heard. And what you saw is Miss Snyder pushing her body against the plaintiff. That's what we saw. And then what did you see?
Okay. They got into a verbal confrontation.
Ms. Grosheim said what? Do you remember?
Yes.
No, don't listen to me. Don't make it up.
No, Amber, don't effing push me or something like that.
Fine. I believe that she probably said it because that doesn't sound like it's something unusual for her to say.
Okay. After that, things had settled. Jessica was in a different room. Amber was in a different room. At that point, they got into another confrontation.
How did they? Just a second. They were each in separate rooms. Were they screaming at each other from room to room?
No.
No, look. I ask the questions. You answer the questions. What room was Miss Snyder in?
The living room.
Shut. Don't go any further. The defendant was in the living room. And where was the plaintiff?
The house had two living rooms. One was close to a backyard, which is where Miss Amber was. And then Jessica was in...
Don't clack up with the bracelets, please.
Sorry. And then the living room, there was a pool table closer to the door of the front entranceway. There was two living rooms. Like you walk in through the house like this, the door.
Don't tell me like this, like this. They were each in a separate room,
living room.
Separate living rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And when they got into the confrontation, in what room was the confrontation? Look at me. In what room was the confrontation?
The kitchen.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
The boyfriend came in because he heard the screaming back and forth. He grabbed her and said, let's get outside. You followed her outside. Now tell me what happened outside, Miss Troublemaker.
Closed captioning sponsored by Rosheim says, her boyfriend's ex, Amber Snyder, owes for vandalism and an assault.
Who went into the kitchen?
I'm not sure who was in there first.
So you don't know, so that they weren't in two separate rooms?
No, this was all verbal fighting. The physical assault hadn't happened yet.
I'm talking about how they ended up in the same room to have a verbal confrontation.
They both had to have walked in there, I guess, at different times.
You didn't see who walked in from where?
No, I did not see because I was with Amber and I know when we walked in, and I think Jessica was already in there, but like I said, I'm not sure.
So Miss Grosheim was already in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. And you walked in with Miss Snyder to the kitchen.
We had no idea.
Just a sec. Don't tell me what was in the operation of her mind. Hers. You walked into where she was in the kitchen. Is that correct?
Yes.
And what happened when you got there?
Amber saw that she was in the room, and they both started arguing.
No. Somebody said something first. And if you don't remember, I would suggest you say, I don't remember.
That's what I was going to tell you. I don't remember who said something first. That's why I said they started verbally arguing.
Okay, but Miss Snyder went into the area where Miss Grosheim was.
Yes.
And where did this altercation continue?
Jessica was dragged outside, and we were all...
Was dragged outside by whom? Look at me. Was dragged outside by whom?
Kevin and other people, her friends that she wasn't with, and we were being forced
Just a second. So Kevin took his girlfriend and pulled her outside. And right now in the kitchen, all that was going on was a lot of verbal back and forth.
Yes.
So now Miss Grosheim is outside with her boyfriend, correct?
Correct.
And where is the lovely Miss Amber?
With me, and we're being forced out of the house at this point.
Just a second. I want you to tell me being forced is not what happened. I want you to tell me where you went from the kitchen.
We went in the front yard from the kitchen. The owner of the house asked us to leave at this point because of all the verbal confrontations. So we were asked to leave. We walked outside. From there, another verbal altercation started.
Just a minute. Let's look at the objective data, Miss Troublemaker. The plaintiff was in the kitchen. You followed her into the kitchen. The boyfriend came in because he heard the screaming back and forth. He grabbed her and said, let's get outside. They took her outside. And then you and Miss Amber went outside where she was, where the verbal back and forth continued. So she left the area. You followed her outside. Now tell me what happened outside.
They started arguing.
Again, right?
Yes, they started arguing again, but this time Jessica said something to Amber, like Amber's boyfriend at the time was there, and Jessica said, he's a great guy, he's a great guy, something about, why are you doing this? And she started unloading things, saying things to obviously get a rise out of her, things like,
Just a second.
why do you care?
That's not getting a rise out of her, you idiot. That's saying, why are you continuing this? You have a nice boyfriend. Why don't you get over this? That's what you said. Just a second. That's what you said, she said.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
What's the result of that?
A friend that was there, I believe he was a friend of Jessica's, came in between them.
Listen to me. I don't care what you believe. Somebody got in between them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, don't go over there, right here. And then...
It looked like Jessica pushed her.
What do you mean? What do we mean by that, sweetheart? It looked like Jessica pushed her. Is that the brush, like the brush with the shoulder?
No.
Explain to me, what do you mean?
David Yanez is suing 23-year-old Travis Pexy for vandalizing his BMW with a crowbar. David claims the incident started when Travis picked a fight with him outside a nightclub.
All rise. Yeah, this is case number 161 on the calendar in the matter of Yanez versus Pexy. Good morning, Judge.
Thank you.
How are you? Good. Parties have been sworn in, Yanez. You may be seated, sir. Have a seat, please.
Mr. Yanez, it is your claim that the defendant, after a night of drinking, are you smiling for a reason?
Oh, no.
Good. Damaged your car, attacked your
Yes.
car. You want him to pay for the damage. Mr. Pexy says that you actually attacked him and ran him over with your car. He was just protecting himself. So why don't you tell me your version of the events? First, when did it happen?
It happened in Saddle Ranch on Saturday, the 13th of February. And what happened was when we were walking after the club was closed at 2 o'clock, we were walking to the parking lot.
Who's we?
Me and my friend Scott.
So tell me what happened as you were leaving the club.
Okay, so when I was walking towards the car, Travis bumped into me, And when I say, like, you know...
Did you know him before?
No, I didn't know him. That was the first time I ever seen him. He bumped into me, and he just started, like, cussing at me, like, saying, you know, what the F, and this, what's your problem? And I was like, what? And, you know, I'm way bigger than Travis. I was like, man, get out of my face. So then he walked up to me even more aggressive towards me. So when he walked up towards me, I didn't want to hit him. So I grabbed him in a headlock, and I was holding him in a headlock, and then one of his friends were coming up to me. And I was like, you know, it was me by myself at the time because I didn't see my friends there. I was like, man, tell your friend to get back. So when I was holding him...
Are you thirsty already?
Sorry. When I was holding him, I told his friend, get back. You know what I mean? I was like, I don't want to start nothing with you guys, get back. So that's when Scott showed up, my witness right here. He showed up, and he's like, come on, man, let's get out of here. So I pushed Travis towards his friend, and that's when the other guy, Andy, came, and he's like, come on, let's go, it's not worth it. So I was like, all right, let's get out of here. So I sat in the back seat, Scott sat on the side next to me, and then Andy was driving. Andy was the driver. And we were parked, like, you know, with the front end facing out of the parking. So when we tried to get out this way, his friend stood in front of the car. So what Andy did is he came back, and then he went that way to try to avoid him, to get away from him. But in the parking lot, you can only go down one way. You know how the on-ramp is at City Walk? So
Do I know? No, but I can sort of imagine you. You're explaining it very well.
Okay, so we ended up going in a big circle to come out in the same downward on-ramp where he was still at because his car was like kind of by there. So he comes out, and I guess that's when Scott saw him when he came out, and he threw a crowbar at the car.
Just a second. Did you see him throw the crowbar?
No, I didn't see him.
Your last name, sir?
Lauby.
Mr. Lauby, you were sitting in the front passenger seat?
No, the back driver's seat.
Okay. Who was sitting in the front passenger seat?
David. I was sitting in the back, Your Honor.
Alone?
Yes. Andy was driving, and David was shotgun in his car. Because I just jumped in the back, and he got in the front.
I don't remember that, really.
Okay. Tell me what you saw.
So when we were coming down the off-ramp, I looked, and out the corner of my eye, I see something being thrown. So I looked, and then I just ducked because the window was right there, and a crowbar hit the back quarter panel of the car. And then that's when we just took off, and then we ended up getting pulled over.
Perfect. Sit down.
Thank you.
What's next?
Okay, so now when we're leaving City Walk and we get down by the metro station, which is across the street from City Walk, we get pulled over by a sheriff. He pulls us over. He takes us out of the car one by one. He starts asking us questions like, do we have weapons or anything like that? And I was like, no, you can search me and my car's clean. You know, he searches everything. What he does, he puts us in 3 separate cop cars. Then he takes me out of the cop car and makes me stand next to my car. And that's when a security vehicle came, I guess, with Travis to identify me, to point me out. So the sheriffs go and they asked us to go back to the substation to write a statement.
And you went back in police cars to write a statement.
And they left my car there. So when we're in the police station, I'm writing my statement. He says, okay, I'm going to believe you. And he lets me go. And Scott was still being asked questions. So I got to leave before him. And I was so worried about my car that I went before anybody else to go get my car. When I'm going down the hill and I see that someone is standing on top of my car, it's Travis. And I recognize him because I knew exactly what he looked like already, and I knew what he was wearing, and I knew what his car looked like. So when I start running towards my car, I see a better view, and he's standing on top of my car with a crowbar hitting the window, bashing the window in. And I go, hey, what are you doing? I start running toward the car. He jumps in the car, and while he's taking off, he says, that's what you get, you know, mother F, and he takes off.
I knew what you meant even before you said it.
So, all right, so, and that's how I knew it was him. So what I did is I jumped right back in the car, and I went straight back to the police station, and I filed the police report.
Do you have pictures of your car, sir?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to see it.
All the pictures right here. That was taken by the insurance.
Did you have the car fixed?
No, all I could afford was to fix the windows, so I just fixed some of the windows.
All right, Mr. Pexi, let me hear your version of the events, sir. What time had you arrived at the club?
Approximately 1:15, 1:30.
And where had you been prior to 1:15?
Where I live in Santa Clarita.
I don't hear you.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Where I live in Santa Clarita.
You were at your house?
Well, I was picking up these
Listen to me. I have a question, and I don't want you to start thinking and machinating about the answer.
Okay.
You arrive at a club at 1:15 in the morning. My question is a simple one. Where had you been prior to 1:15 in the morning?
Picking up my significant other at the time.
Where had you been prior to picking up your significant other?
Getting ready to go out Saturday night.
At midnight?
At my house.
At midnight?
Yeah, it took the girls actually a really long time to decide where we were going to go.
Mr. Pexi.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't believe, sir, that you got to a club that was going to be closing, or you were going to leave in a half hour at 1:15, 1:30 in the morning when you were out in the parking lot at 2 o'clock. Do you understand what I'm saying, sir?
What?
The girls didn't take that long to get their hair done. Now, had you been at your house? Had you been at another club? Had you been out for dinner?
That's actually what I went there for, was to eat dinner.
And you ate dinner in a half hour?
Yeah, we
I'm asking you a question.
Yes.
You went to the club and you ate dinner.
Yes, ma'am.
In a half hour.
Yes, ma'am. What? I didn't finish.
What? You didn't what? No, I mean, you get to the club, you got to look at a menu.
The club closes.
You got to look at a menu, then you have to order, then somebody has to cook it. And all that took place in a half hour, and you were outside in the parking lot at 2 o'clock in the morning. I just want to understand what you're saying to me, sir. So, what did you have for dinner, Mr. Pexy?
Bacon cheeseburger, fries with a side of ranch, and a Grey Goose cranberry with the lime.
And
that
you
I
had
actually
that,
spilled
and
all
you
over
got
my
there
dinner.
at 1:15 in the morning. How many people were you with?
Me, my girlfriend at the time, and my friend Justin and his girlfriend at the time.
So 4 of you.
But I was the only one that was eating.
You mean your other 3 friends were just watching you eat?
No, they went there to drink.
Not you.
I actually don't drink alcohol that much.
Well, that much. I'm glad you mentioned that much, sir, because according to you, you had ordered a Grey Goose and cranberry juice. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, I do have relatively good hearing. Not perfect, but relatively good
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead, Mr. Pex. You see where we're going, sir? It's not going to be easy. You're going to be glad you took that drink of water.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Mr. Giannis yells at my friend, "Yo, this is a jack. I got a gun and I'm gonna kill this fool if you come near me." And I was just kind of like, oh my God, is he really gonna shoot me?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. David Yanez claims fellow clubgoer Travis Pexy vandalized his car with a crowbar. Travis claims David threatened to shoot him.
Go ahead.
Well, so we got into Saddle Ranch, and I don't even know if this is relevant, but I don't like eating fast food, so I wanted to eat at a restaurant, a sit-down place, and there's not...
Maybe relevant to your mother, Mr. Pexy. It is irrelevant to me.
So that was one of the only places that was open that late to eat. So we went there to eat and grab a few drinks before heading home. Pretty much I ordered my food at the bar, at the back bar. That's why it didn't take that long, because it was at the bar. It wasn't like I sat down. Oh, sorry. I don't speak fast. I'm not very...
Get used to it, sir. I have other things to do today.
Sorry.
This is not exactly the Scopes trial.
So, I spilled my drink actually all over my dinner on the way to the table, so I actually didn't really get to eat most of it because it was soaked in my drink. And as I was finishing, they escorted us out
Finishing
of
what?
my meal. Well,
I thought you couldn't eat your meal because your drink spilled on it.
Well, I mean, I had drove all the way down there for food, so I just salvaged what I could, I guess.
I'm trying to salvage the rest of your case, sir. Can we move on, please?
So they kicked us out at 2, and we were walking to the car. It was raining a little bit, so I gave my sweater that I was wearing to one of the girls because they just had dresses on.
You mean they got all dressed up to go to a place for 45 minutes to watch you eat?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
They're very high maintenance.
Go ahead. No, you're high maintenance.
And
They're
so,
not high maintenance. If 3 people are watching one person eat, and they have spent an evening getting ready, because according to you, it takes them a long time to get ready.
Yes, ma'am.
And the entire evening was spent watching you eat a soaked hamburger. They're not high maintenance, sir. You are.
Well, I know I am.
Now let's move on, Mr. Pexy.
So we walked back to the car, which was parked on the opposite side of Saddle Ranch. And my car was backed into the spot that we were parked in. It was in a parking garage. And everyone was getting into the car, and I was the driver because I was sober, because I don't drink. He drank cranberry. But I guess you could say I did consume alcohol. So I was getting into my car, the door was open, and I was facing inward to put on a sweater because it was cold and raining. And
So you took it off the girlfriend?
yes, ma'am, after everyone had gotten into the car.
Move on!
And then as I was putting my sweater on, a person approached me, and, well, actually, like a car, a black BMW pulled up, because I was faced out, pulled up approximately like 2 spots up the garage for me. And I was standing getting my sweater on, and somebody came and tapped me and was like, "Hey, I need to talk to you." And I looked over my shoulder, and it was a person I had never seen before, and it was Mr. Giannis. And I replied to him like, "Excuse me, I do not know you. You know, what do you need to talk to me about?" And he more aggressively then said, "I need to talk to you right now." He might have cursed, but I don't really feel the need to use that language. And then as he did that, he kind of twirled me so that my back was to him and grabbed me with his left arm around my throat. And my friend in the car thought that he knew me and that he was just kind of like messing with me like, "Hey, yo, what's up, how you doing?" But it actually turned out that he was trying to choke me out unconscious. And once he figured out that, oh, this guy's not messing with him, he's actually choking him, then my friend got out of the car. And at that time, I was trying to like get breath back into my lungs. Mr. Giannis yells at my friend, "Yo, this is a jack. I got a gun and I'm going to kill this fool if you come near me. And he reaches into his waistline. And I was just kind of like, oh my God, is he really going to shoot me? So I kind of reached back to where his hand was because he was still choking me. And I reached back and there wasn't anything there. And so I looked directly at my friend and I said, hey, he doesn't have a gun. And then he pulled his hand out of his waistline and put it to my head like this. And I was just thinking to myself, like, what? And then I went to spin out because he was still choking me. And as I went to spin out, he like grabbed my sweater and then the sweater got ripped off. And this is the sweater I was wearing. It's like all ripped. And as it ripped off, he grabbed me by 2 hands by my hair, which obviously isn't that hard to grab, and started to proceed to drag me towards the black BMW. And my friend that got out of the car grabbed my sweater.
Fine. All right, let's move on, please. I got it. I got your picture. What I don't understand, Mr. Pexy, is the following, sir. After this interchange happened between the two of you, irrespective of who I believe, there came a time when you were free and Mr. Yanis was in his car.
Yeah,
Was in his car. And according to you, this brute, who may or may not have had a gun, who assaulted you without provocation, was leaving. Now I want you to tell me, because I read your answer with some interest, what you did next.
After I yanked my head out of his hand.
Oh, your head's out of his hands, he's in his car, and he's moving away.
And like he said, it was in a parking structure, so he had to go down, make a left, and then another left, and come back by my car. And I ran and grabbed a crowbar from my car, and I was going to get his license plate number.
Okay, now that's what I want. That's what I want. So you ran to your car and got a crowbar.
Yes, ma'am.
In what hand were you holding it?
The right one.
And what were you doing with your left hand?
Running.
And you were doing this in order to get his license plate number?
Because he was... Shh.
Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
That's what you say in your answer. Now, in what hand were you holding the pencil?
My cell phone, actually.
What hand were you holding the pencil in?
I didn't have a pencil.
And what hand were you holding a piece of paper in?
I have a, type.
See what you're doing with this? See? So what I want to know is, Mr. Pexy, how were you going to get his license plate number with a crowbar?
Well, that
running,
was actually just
running
to protect
with a crowbar.
myself. I actually ran just over to the alley and stopped running. And then as he proceeded to come towards me, and the car swerved at me and ran over my...
How were you going to get his license plate number, sir, which was your intention?
After he ran my foot over, I wrote his license plate down in my phone.
You have the phone with you?
Yeah.
Show me his license plate number in your phone.
I don't have it in here, but I could show you, things to write.
No. I want you to show me his license plate number that you wrote down in your phone.
I don't have it, actually.
Now, moving on from your taking the crowbar and smashing his car.
Yes, ma'am.
You did not, in fact, go to the hospital that day for your foot, did you?
No, the EMTs came.
My question is, you did not go to the hospital about your run-over foot.
Like in an ambulance?
Like in an anything.
Oh, no.
Like in a car.
Yeah.
Anything. You didn't go to the hospital.
No, ma'am.
And he's driving a BMW.
Yeah.
Pretty heavy car to run over your foot.
Yeah, I've got strong bones.
Okay. Now, after he rode over your foot, I want you to tell me what you did to his car.
Well, I just hit it that one time as he ran over my foot, and then I went to fill out police reports and stuff.
Yeah, and so it's your statement that you never went back to his car with the crowbar that you retrieved.
Oh, I didn't. No.
And you don't know who did?
No.
Can I see your bill for fixing up your car?
You think I could do that to a car?
It's on there also.
Oh,
There's
fine,
a little
thank
tab
you.
on there.
Not only do I think you could, I know you did.
I weigh like 135 pounds.
That's why you don't use your body, sir. That's why you used a crowbar. If you were a little taller and a little heavier, you could have used your body, could have kicked it. But instead, you got a crowbar to take down his license plate number. What year BMW is this?
It's a 94.
It's a 1994. It's 13 years old. It's not worth $4,700.
That's the damages from what the insurance gave me because the car was considered a total loss, so they wouldn't pay anything for the car. I have to actually fix it myself.
Okay, so you fixed the car.
Yeah, basically.
You fixed the car. How much did it cost you to fix the car, sir?
All I fixed was the windows so far.
And how much did it cost you to fix the windows?
It was about $1,100. I don't have a receipt on me for that one.
Okay. Mr. Yanis, I'm giving you $2,500 to cover the expenses that you incurred in putting in new windows and seeing the best you can do with regard to taking out the dents in the car, which I did see. Mr. Pexy.
Yes, ma'am.
You tell a very, very good story. Not a persuasive story.
Well, I have a police report.
But a very good story. You have a police report. Made by whom?
West Hollywood Sheriff's Department.
Based on what?
This person that's actually suing me was convicted of a battery, non-desirous of persons, private persons, arrest myself.
They didn't tell me anything about that.
If you'd like to see it, you could check it out.
You mean he was convicted of battery on you?
Yeah.
Oh. Sir, it may be. You're not suing him for battery.
Oh, I know, but why would I?
You're not suing him for battery.
Why would I
He's
go
suing you
after
for vandalizing his car.
But why would I go after him if I could have had him arrested for battery? I was kidnapped almost, and oh my.
You're going to pay to fix his vandalized car, sir, which there is no question in my mind that you did. There is also no question in my mind that you precipitated this argument in the parking lot that day, not him. Because if you think that I believe this cockamamie story that you told me about getting to the club at 1:15 to have a hamburger while your 3 friends watched you after dressing for 2.5 hours to go out for an evening, I don't. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All these excuses, you may step out.
Well, I don't know, when someone comes up to you that you don't know and tells you that they're going to shoot you. If they would have had any proof or a police report on something like that, they would have not let me go.
10-year-old Kelly Babert and her mother, Karen Johnston, are suing Lori Wilson and her daughters, Heather and Mary Wilson, for harassment and emotional distress.
Order. All rise.
Now it's case number 47 on the calendar, the matter of Johnston Barbera versus Wilson. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Miss Johnson?
Yes.
This is your daughter?
Yes.
Your daughter was the victim of very serious assault.
Yes.
When did that take place?
June 3rd of 05.
She was stabbed. Is that right? It is your claim that these 2 young ladies, one of them was involved in the stabbing, and since the perpetrator of the crime was arrested, both of them have engaged in a course of conduct that amounts to serious harassment of Kelly. And since their mother has not been responsible in seeing to it that they behave themselves, you want her to be responsible now and pay the damages. Miss Wilson says her daughters were in no way involved in this and have not, in fact, been harassing your daughter. That's your defense. Is that right?
My daughters were not involved in the stabbing, no.
Okay. Who's Heather? Everybody can sit down except Heather. No, you stay there.
Oh, okay.
When did the stabbing take place, Heather?
June 3rd.
Was it a school day or not a school day?
It was a school day.
Who were you with after school?
I didn't go to school. I was sick that day.
But you didn't stay home.
I did stay home.
No, you didn't. You didn't stay home all day. Listen to me. Let's understand something. I don't care what you told your mother. I don't care what you told the police. I don't care what you told anybody. We're going to have a truthful conversation here. Yes, otherwise, it's going to be very unpleasant for you. Do we understand each other?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, the name of the girl who stabbed Kelly is what?
Michelle Brooker.
Otherwise known as?
Shelly Brooker.
And she is a friend of yours?
Yes, ma'am.
When did you meet her on June the 3rd? What time?
I don't know exactly what time it was.
Morning or afternoon?
It was afternoon.
Did she come to your house or did you go to her house?
I didn't go to her house. We met up.
Met where?
At the corner store.
How did you know to meet her at the corner store?
She called me and asked her to meet her there.
What did she say to you when she called you?
She said that her and Kelly were going to begin in a fight, and I said, okay, and she asked me to meet her there, and I met her there.
She said she and Kelly, this young lady,
yes,
is going to be in a fight, and she wanted you to meet her there for what reason?
I guess to get in a fight.
So you met her at the corner store. Who else was there?
Just me and her.
And where did you go?
To the park.
Who was in the park?
Datrion, Cameron.
Who's Datrion?
My friend.
Who else?
Cameron, my friend. Chris.
Chris? Who is Chris?
My friend.
Are you tired?
Yes, ma'am. And Marquis.
Who was Marquis?
My friend.
And Shelly?
And a whole bunch of other people that I didn't know.
Where was Kelly?
There.
With whom?
With all of them.
And what about Shelly? Were they Shelly's friends as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Uncross your hands. What happened when you got to the park?
They were yelling back and forth.
Stop moving. Who was yelling back and forth?
Kelly and Shelly.
What happened?
Well, when I was already there, and then I saw Heather and Shelly walking, and then they sat down like by the bleachers by us, and they were just talking for a little bit, and then we started yelling.
What were you yelling?
Just like we were just calling each other names, and
who were you calling names?
Shelly, and it was going back and forth.
Why were you unhappy with Shelly, and why was Shelly unhappy with you?
We didn't get along. Like we just never really. I didn't really know her. Like I wasn't friends with her. It was just kind of an acquaintance.
Were you in the park intending to fight that day?
Yeah.
Who had called you?
Well, I was over at Chris's house with those people that she named off, and I can't remember if Chris called Shelly, but they were talking on the phone, and then plans kind of happened.
Plans kind of happened to have a fight?
Yes.
So you all go to the park to have a fight, is that right?
Yes.
And that's why you're there as well, correct? Did you have any weapon?
No.
Did you have any weapon?
Nope.
But Shelly had a weapon. When for the first time did you see Shelly's weapon?
When she pulled it out.
And where was she when she pulled it out?
Right next to Kelly, fighting her.
And what did she pull out?
Switchblade, I think.
Switchblade. And what did she do with the switchblade?
Stab Kelly.
How many times?
5, I think. That's what I heard.
Well, you were standing right there.
I was a distance, but I was there, yeah.
And after she stabbed Kelly 5 times. What did you do?
Left.
Who did you leave with?
Nobody. By myself.
Who called an ambulance for her?
I don't know.
Why didn't you?
Because I didn't want to go to jail.
Go to jail for what?
Because they would have thought that was part of it.
Oh, you think so?
I thought so.
You think
I was
so?
I was scared. I was only 13. I didn't know that was going to happen.
Well, who called an ambulance for her?
I have no idea. I left.
But you did know one thing, madam. You knew that Shelley had committed a vicious assault, and as far as you could tell that day, she might have been dead, right?
Mm-hmm.
When did Shelley come to your house?
It's not for...
No. When did Shelley... Look at me. When did Shelley come to your house?
Like a month after, weeks after.
Are you telling me that you didn't speak to Shelley between June 3rd?
I spoke to her.
And where was she when you spoke to her?
Over the phone, not in...
Where was she when you spoke to her?
She didn't tell me.
I don't believe you.
I
don't believe you. If your mother believes you, that she wants to believe you, I don't believe you. Because the 13-year-old girl says, where are you? The police are looking for you.
She said, I don't want the police to know, and so I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, yeah, I don't believe that for a second. Did you call the police and tell the police that you had been receiving phone calls from her?
No, ma'am.
Why not?
I don't know.
Why not?
I don't know.
And when did she come to your house?
Months afterwards. You can ask my mother.
You mean, I'm not asking your mother, I'm asking you. Does your mother work?
Yes, ma'am.
She's out of the house Monday through Friday?
Yes, ma'am.
She doesn't know what's going on in the house when she's not there. She doesn't know what's going on in the house when she's not there, and she doesn't know whether Shelley came to the house, you gave her food, you gave her money, you gave her clothes. She doesn't know any of that. I know it.
Well, I didn't.
Oh, yes, you did. Oh, yes, you did. The same way you walked away, leaving her to bleed to death, is the same way that you helped your friend Shelley, because you went there to fight at your friend Shelley's request. That's why you went there.
I didn't go to fight.
Then you should have stayed home, because according to you, you didn't go to school because you were sick. Now, when your mother came home, did you tell her what happened? No, because you were supposed to be home, so you lied to her. Again, right?
Yes.
How long did you lie to your mother?
I didn't keep making up lies, but it took...
Well, when for the first time did you tell your mother that you had been there and witnessed the stabbing?
When the detective showed up at my house.
That's right. So until then, you kept lying to your mother.
Well, I just didn't tell her. I didn't lie to her.
Sure you did. Stay right where you are. What's your first name?
Mary.
Take your hands off the table. Uncross your arms.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You called again between 8:30 and 9 p.m.
That's the only time I called.
And said, Shelley didn't kill you when she stabbed you, but I will.
Kelly Babert claims former friends Heather and Mary Wilson have been harassing her. Kelly says the harassment started after she was stabbed by one of Heather's friends.
How long were you hospitalized?
For like a week.
Where were you stabbed?
My stomach, both my arms, my back, and my leg.
What kind of a sentence was imposed on Shelley?
She got 2 years. I don't remember what if it was first-degree assault.
She's incarcerated for 2 years?
Yeah.
How old is she?
I think she's a year younger than I am.
How old are you?
17.
She's still incarcerated?
Yeah, she gets out in November.
Did she go to trial?
Yes.
She went to trial? What was her defense? I'm curious.
She said that it was self-defense.
Self-defense. Where was the other knife?
It wasn't.
That's why she was convicted. Now, it is your claim that these 2 young ladies have been harassing you. And as a matter of fact, you have protective orders. I want you to tell me when the first incident of harassment started.
Well, I can't remember which one was first or whatever, but there was like a whole bunch of stuff off MySpace and just writing back and forth. And Mary was just like talking about she's too old to fight me or whatever, but she has other people that will. And
when did she say that to you?
She wrote it on MySpace.
Can I see it, please?
Now I'm going to give you the police report also that verified it, because when we went to print that out, we were out of printer ink, and she took it off immediately after, but we have 3 of the different things here.
How old are you?
20.
Is there something wrong with you?
No.
Why did you even communicate at all with her?
The reason that I communicated with her was on MySpace, like she had said was true. But through a friend of ours, there's a picture of my daughter on his MySpace, or there was. I couldn't print it out because he deleted the picture, but she said that my baby was ugly.
So what?
And you can't delete male messages off MySpace to show others.
You just told me that you communicated with her.
On a phone call, but I didn't communicate on a MySpace message.
Well, what did you say to her?
I was calling her a whole bunch of names and told her that she should have kept mine and my kid's name out of her mouth. And I did say that she's lucky that I was too old to beat her up. But I never said that I had friends that could beat her up or anything like that.
Actually, it says it right here that...
Can I see it, please?
Yeah.
She called the house the same evening. She emailed, and then later that night, Kelly and I both answered the phone.
You called again between 8:30 and 9 p.m.
That's the only time I called. I
And
have not called
said,
her.
Shelley didn't kill you when she stabbed you, but I will?
No, that is not me writing that. Why would I try to kill a little kid? I don't want to go to jail. I have a daughter. This is...
Yeah, I don't think that you wanted to do that at all. I just think that you said it just to be stupid.
Yeah, but
I don't think that you meant it at all. I think that you said it to be stupid.
I mean, yes,
now, when did you know that your sister was having trouble with her?
I knew when the detective came to our house and spoke that she'd been at the stabbing. And I figured that they had problems because her and Shelley didn't get along. So I figured my sister's Shelley's friend, then obviously she's not going to get along with her either.
Your sister has a bad attitude. Did you know that?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
You know, not a bad, very bad attitude.
I'm very
Does your mother know that your sister has a very bad attitude? I could tell from looking at her face. If I were her mother and had a face like that, look at me when I talk to her, it would be the last time I would look at that face, madam. It would be the last time I would look at that face. How old are you?
15.
Do you want to be a miserable, ugly person your whole life?
No, ma'am.
Well, you're starting out that way. You really are. You can either be successful and productive, or you could be a loser. Right now, you're on the road to loser. Big time. Does your mother tell you that?
No.
Well, I'm telling you, big time. You've got a miserable attitude. I can tell that from 20 feet away. I didn't even have to live with you as long as your sister did. You think that people are going to be attracted to you because you're tough?
No, ma'am.
They won't. They'll think you're an idiot. Can't you do anything with her?
I've tried. As you can see, it's complete opposite, and trust me, we've tried. It's just, if you don't have the attitude to change, nobody around you can make you change, and she doesn't want to change, so.
Do you discuss that with your mother?
Yes, me and my mom do talk about it.
You have my sympathy.
Thank you.
You really have my sympathy. I don't know what you're going to do with her. You know, when they're little, you can, deal with them better. You'd put them in a corner and you'd say, time out. And here's a good crack in your head, too. But she's too big for that.
Just gonna wait for her to move out. 18's coming.
What's with you, my dear? Why are you so angry? Why are you so angry? Why are you so hell-bent on destroying your life?
I'm not trying to destroy my life.
But you are.
I'm not.
You are. Your mother can't wait for you to turn 18 so that you get out of the house because you're making the rest of the family miserable. Is anybody at home abusing you?
No, ma'am.
Well, then I don't understand why you're so miserable.
Well,
you did absolutely the wrong thing. If a 13-year-old person, who's not an infant, sees a dog get hit in the street, they call an ambulance. They don't walk home and just, go get something to eat, relax, and do whatever. People with a conscience can't do that. You saw somebody that you knew, a child, your age, get stabbed 5 times by somebody who had a weapon, and you were able just to go home and sleep and get it. It's not important.
I didn't know what I was supposed to do.
You were supposed to get help for somebody that needed it because you were involved. You want to know why you were involved? Because if you and these other people hadn't gone with Shelley to the park, Shelley wouldn't have gone to the park. Shelley took strength in the fact that her friends were with her. You're all accomplices. Yes, you are. But for the fact that you all gave Shelley support, Shelley would not have had the courage to go to the park alone and stab her with a knife. She may have done it on another day, but she wouldn't have done it on your watch. That's why you're responsible. And then from a humane perspective, how could you just walk away and leave someone to bleed to death on the street? Now, I want you to continue to tell me what problems you've had with misattitude over here.
It was like when I was going to Brenda's house.
Tell me what happened.
I was on the 51 and I was going to my street so I could catch the bus back up to my house to get my clothes to go over to hers. And it was like in an intersection and we were stopped at the light, and then Heather and like the people that were with me at the park or whatever were with her, and she walked in front of the bus and she was just calling me names and stuff, and I was getting off at that stop, so I pulled the thing and then I got off the bus or whatever. They all turned around. And then I just went in the corner store, and when I came back out, they weren't out there.
Why do you have any contact with her at all?
I just flipped her off.
Why?
Because she didn't like me, so I didn't want to like her.
Just a second. Between the time she was stabbed and last November, why did you have any negative contact with her at all?
I shouldn't have, but that was the only time that I said anything to her.
Why? Did you say anything to her?
I don't know. I was being stupid. But I have papers here that she wrote me. She wrote me first. Before that day, she wrote me.
I'd like to see them.
I wrote her back, and then she wrote me again.
Yeah, she's saying to you, and she uses terrible, terrible language. You have to learn how to, use your words. Find some other language other than four-letter words to express yourself. Stay in school. But she's really saying to you here, why don't you leave me alone? Don't you have anything else to do? Now, what you do say is, I am loyal to my friends, so I'm going to stick by Shelley 100%. I don't like having beef with people, but Shelley was my best friend, and I honestly don't even know why the whole fight started. But you should not have gotten stagged. But like I said, she is my homie, so I'm going to stick by her. Your conversation with her was stupid?
Pretty much. I shouldn't have called her, and I do apologize for that. I realize that she is the victim in the stabbing, and if I had any control over my sister, she wouldn't have been there.
Good girl. Sit down. Want to stand up, Miss Wilson? Next to your daughter? I'm going to tell you a story. Many years ago, when I was a family court judge, there was a young girl who was going to Fashion Institute of Technology, and she was on the subway by herself. And a group of girls, 5 of them, had nothing to do that day. So they got on the subway, and this girl, whose name was Marisol, was wearing big hoop earrings. This case was probably 20 years ago, but I remember it so distinctly because one of the girls said to her friends, run those earrings, which means steal the earrings. And they circled her, and one girl grabbed her by the hair, another girl ripped off the earrings, and the third girl stabbed her to death. She was 17 years old. And they got the stabber. And the stabber was tried for murder and convicted. You got that look on your face that I'd like to wipe off. Don't put it back on your face. I was sitting in family court at the time, and it was my job to try the other girls, who were juveniles. And I convicted them all of murder. Even the ones that didn't stab her. Because but for the fact that they acted as a pack, and they surrounded her, and they were there giving her support, that girl would not have had the guts to take her on one-on-one. And I tell you now that that conviction was held up on appeal. So you are very lucky that nobody arrested you. You're very lucky that they didn't charge you, because if you were in my ballpark, you would be spending some time with Shelley. Meanwhile, it's going to cost you and your family $5,000, because that's what she's suing for, and that's what she's going to get. And I certainly hope that your mother gets you some help. Otherwise, you're going to be a miserable person your whole life. That's all. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Who first?
Well, I'm just happy that, it got heard, you know?
Everything is going to be different in the future.
It did have to do with some boy.
I'm not going to know.
Levine is suing her ex-boyfriend, 24-year-old Rory Rodriguez, for a cell phone bill and the cost of a plane ticket to Pennsylvania.
Order. All rise.
Yeah, this is case number 158 on the calendar in the matter of Levine versus Rodriguez. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Miss Levine, this used to be your boyfriend, and according to your complaint, he owes you for a plane ticket and for a cell phone bill.
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez says the cell phone was your idea in order to keep in touch with him, and he never used the plane ticket.
Yes.
How long did this romance go on? For how many months?
About 8 months.
And when did you get involved with his cell phone business?
In July of 2006.
How long had you known him?
7 months.
So you got involved in his cell phone business a month before you broke up?
Correct.
Tell me how that came about.
He had been complaining he had wanted a new phone, and he was on his father's plan. His father would not allow him to get a new phone, and we had discussed getting him a new phone with a different carrier so that we could talk with free minutes. Also, we had a verbal agreement that if I bought him a new phone, he would pay me back as soon as he got his check that month in July.
Where were you working?
I was a nanny. I was working as a nanny.
And what was he doing?
Nothing.
Well, when was he supposed to pay you for the cell phone?
Well, he said he was getting another check in July from the school district.
What kind of work does he do for the school district?
He was a campus supervisor.
When was the bill that you claim he owes you? Was it a bill or was it the actual cell phone that
There's two. I paid for the cell phone in July, and then there was also a bill that has accrued since we started the phone.
How much was the phone itself?
$229.30.
And how much was the bill?
The bill now is $724.38.
For how many months?
That was the last statement I got was in March of this last year.
Why didn't you just cut off the phone?
I did end up shutting off the phone. That was after he racked up all the charges. He had promised to pay the bill every month. I had set up the bill to go to his address. His name was on it as well. My name was just used for credit purposes. So he got the statement every single month in the mail to his address, and he told me he was paying it.
You mean after you broke up?
Yes. Well, when I set up the phone in July, he
He said he would pay it, but this $724 isn't for 1 month
No.
or 2 months. And according to you, you broke up in August.
We did break up in August, and I paid the first bill in September. And then
You did? Why?
Because he had called me. I was out of town. He called me and told me he needed the bill paid, and I didn't want it to go into collections at that time, so I did pay it over the phone.
And what about the next month's bill?
He told me he paid it. I was on the phone with Verizon. He said I sent a check.
Let's talk about
in.
the cell phone. Get the plane ticket in a second. Talk.
She knew that I was out of work. Working for the school district, it's a 10.5-month job.
Well, then that's what you do for a living. You work for a school district that's a 10.5-month job.
Right. And she was well aware.
Don't tell me what she was aware of, sir. I want to hear your explanation of needing a new telephone.
I did not need a new telephone. I was perfectly fine with the one that I had underneath my father's plan. The only reason that she wanted me to have the cell phone was so that we could talk for free and we could text message for free.
Okay, so as one of your famous, fabulous 5 friends? Or whatever
Something
that is?
along those lines, yeah.
I don't do that. I don't have 5 people that I want to speak to that often. Let's discount the phone for a second, Mr. Rodriguez. What about your cell phone bill? Why didn't you pay that?
She
what?
I had no money. I was out of work. I wasn't out of work, but I wasn't working.
Well, get a job, sir.
I had a job.
Then don't talk on a cell phone.
We broke up in August, and after August, the phone was never used.
Oh, show me. Can I see a bill if that's true? If the phone was never used after August, is that what you're telling me?
The phone, once we broke up, the phone was...
That's the bill.
No, all I want to know is, you're saying to me, once you broke up in August, the phone was never used.
Correct.
He did not rack up $500 in a month.
Oh, no. I need the bills from September, October, November. This doesn't tell me anything, madam.
It says what the charges are.
For what month?
For all of them. The phone wasn't shut off until December.
I understand that the phone wasn't shut off until December, but there's a factual dispute. If he says that he did not use the phone after you broke up, then some credence to his story that you decided to get this phone so that the two of you could either chat or text message each other for nothing. One phone bill doesn't do it for me. Do you understand?
I understand that, yes.
Do you have the others with you?
I do not have any other phone bills with
fine.
me.
Here, give this back to her for now.
That was the only way I was able to get a hold of him was his cell phone. So I did talk to him on the cell phone.
That's not my statement to you, madam. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Fine. So, since you didn't bring that with you, I'm going to dismiss the cell phone portion of your claim without prejudice. You can certainly sue him for that amount of money when you have the appropriate documents to back up your story. You don't have them today. Now let's get to the plane ticket. When was the plane ticket purchased?
July of '06.
July what?
I believe it was the 14th.
And when did you officially break up with him?
The last week of August.
When was this trip supposed to take place?
We were supposed to leave September 1st, and we broke up the very week before.
9/1. And where were you going?
We were going to Pennsylvania and Cleveland.
For what?
Pennsylvania to visit family, Cleveland to the Cleveland Clinic, and then to the Canton to the Football Hall of Fame.
When did you purchase the ticket?
July 14th of '06.
Is that correct?
I'm not sure what the date was.
Well, I'm sure she has documents showing when she purchased the ticket and when you were supposed to leave.
I've never had, in my possession, I never had the ticket, so I don't know
It doesn't make any
when she
difference,
bought
sir.
it.
Because what I found interesting was you said that the reason you were going to Pennsylvania is to attend her grandfather's funeral. That's what you say. And I said to myself, well, how do you plan for something like that 2-3 weeks in advance? You know,
No.
I don't know whether her grandfather is alive or not, but you don't...
Her grandfather did pass away.
Yes.
On the trip that we were supposed to go to, her grandfather did pass away.
But he did not pass away.
Shh. I have no idea what you just said to me.
Her grandfather passed away on the trip that we were supposed to go to.
But you hadn't planned on going there for his funeral unless he had some sort of premonition that he was going, sir.
We did, though, ma'am. It was something that was known for a while that
he was going to die while you were there?
Not while we were there, but
you know,
that he was
sound
close.
ridiculous. You know, you sound ridiculous. You mean she wanted to go visit her grandfather because he was sick?
Right.
That's not what you said here. You said that you planned to go to Pennsylvania to attend her grandfather's funeral.
Right.
He's not too swift. Okay, tell me about the plane ticket.
We were going to go visit family in Pennsylvania and then move on to Cleveland. He was going to accompany me and my mother. My mother actually purchased the tickets and spoke with Rory on the phone. And
Perfect. Can you step up? Your last name is?
Randall.
Ms. Randall, tell me about the conversation you had with Mr. Rodriguez about this plane ticket.
On the day that we were purchasing the tickets, I spoke with him on the phone, and he told me he would reimburse Stacy for the airfare. And at the same time, we opened up the airline's frequent flyer mileage account for him, set that up, and it was my clear understanding from him during that conversation.
I don't want to hear your clear understanding.
Sorry.
I want to hear what he said to you.
He said he would reimburse Stacy for the cost of the airline ticket.
And then what happened? Thank you.
We broke up.
Yes.
And there was no reason for me to go on a trip with him if we weren't together.
Absolutely right, sir.
And at the same time as
was the ticket refundable?
It was non-refundable. I tried transferring it into my name so that I could use it. I was not able to do that. I told him that as soon as I knew that. I said, here's the ticket. You know, you can use it for up to a year later. I did not give it to him because he had not paid for it. And he still has until July 14th of this year to use it.
Did you have that discussion with him?
Yes, I did.
Do you remember that discussion when she said it's non-transferable, but you can use it for up to a year?
Yes.
Well, then you have to pay for it.
When we had talked originally about buying this ticket, I told her, just as a cell phone, I did not have money because
I believe her mother that her mother had the discussion with you, sir.
And
I believe her mother. I do not believe you that you didn't have that discussion with her mother.
I'm not saying that I didn't have the discussion with her mother, but what I'm saying is that I was out of work.
I don't care whether you were out of work.
And I let them know that I couldn't pay them immediately.
That's a different story. The word is immediately. So you don't intend to be unemployed forever.
When we had broken up, so there was no reason for me to even go on a trip with them.
Of course not, sir, but the ticket is non-refundable. I want you to try to expand your brain a little bit, Mr. Rodriguez. The fact that you broke up and you had non-refundable ticket, let's say instead of going to Pennsylvania, you were going with her to Cancun, Mexico, and you purchased 2 non-refundable tickets. She put it on her credit card. You broke up. There's no question. You said, listen, we're not going on this trip. She's not going to go alone. I'm not going to go alone. But the airline says to you, and they say to you, listen, if you canceled, we're not giving you money back, but you can reschedule within the next 6 months. She put it on her credit card. Do you think you're responsible to pay her for those tickets?
No.
You have an opportunity to use the tickets, but you can't say, I'm not going to touch those tickets. You promised the mother that you were going to pay her back for the tickets. You had an opportunity to use them for a year. You should have used them. And I suggest you get your behind into gear because you still have a couple of days to use them. Figure out where you want to go. If you want to go to the Hall of Fame, that's a great place to go for a weekend. How much were the tickets?
$331.
Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $331. With regard to the cell phone bill, you bring the right proof. Either I'll entertain your application or another court of competent jurisdiction will do that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Goodbye. Have a happy life.
Parties are excused. You may step out.